0908. 800-841-0908. 800-841-0908.
KFTK FM Florissant from the Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's Injury Lawyers Studio. Call 314-500-5000.
That's 314-500-5000.
All on the free Odyssey app.
This is a Fox News alert, a deadly explosion in Los Angeles. I'm Chris Foster. It happened around 7:30 a.m. West Coast time at a Los Angeles Sheriff's Department training facility. At least 3 people are confirmed dead. Apparently, the explosion happened within the facility's arson and explosions department. Sources tell Fox the 3 deceased are, in fact, all sheriff's deputies, and it appears an accident occurred when they were moving ordinances on the property. Attorney General Pam Bondi on social media posts, federal agents are at the scene and are working to learn more. Please pray for the families of the sheriff's deputies killed. A bill taking back $9 billion in approved federal spending on foreign aid and public broadcasting is passed. So is a cryptocurrency bill.
President Trump will sign the first major cryptocurrency bill into law. In a bipartisan vote last night, the House passed this bill called the Genius Act. It regulates a type of cryptocurrency called stablecoins. The House also passed 2 other crypto regulations bill. Those will head to the Senate for consideration. The president has another bill to sign from Congress. This one rescinds $9 billion in federal funding to public media and foreign aid. After the House vote, the president wrote, quote, House approves $9 billion cuts package, including atrocious NPR and public broadcasting, where billions of dollars a year were wasted. Republicans have tried doing this for 40 years and failed, but no more. This is big.
That's Fox's Rich Edson. At least 13 people are arrested during a protest in Cincinnati over the immigration detention of a former hospital chaplain. Police say demonstrators blocked traffic on a bridge into Kentucky and ignored orders to leave. 2 journalists covering the event were arrested and face criminal charges. Video from the scene shows a protester being punched in the face. Similar protests have led to other journalist arrests nationwide, including a reporter now held by ICE in Georgia, despite legal work status, according to his attorneys. America's listening to Fox News.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/today. Ethos.com/today.
You hear that? That's Mike, sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZzzQuil Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZzzQuil Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Weather.
Changeable skies with a couple of showers and thunder showers around 85 should do it for the high. Clouds, couple of showers, thunder showers tonight, 75. Saturday, building heat and humidity, partly sunny, nothing more than a spot thunderstorm, 92. A pure summertime weather pattern Sunday and Monday, 95 and near 100. Tuesday and Wednesday. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
You're listening to the Annie Fry Show Live, sponsored by Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Air Comfort Service is hiring licensed journeymen. Don't have a journeyman license? Air Comfort Service will help you get it. Get guaranteed hours year-round and more. Apply online at aircomfortservice.com.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid, keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show.
Oh, it's Friday. Welcome to the Annie Fry Show. We're happy you're here. We're mostly happy Ryan's back. Hi.
Oh, hey, I'm back.
Hey.
I'm happy too. I love work.
We missed you.
Thanks.
We didn't talk about you at all.
I appreciate that. I like being forgotten.
Okay, I lied. We remembered you a lot.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, you missed out on a lot.
How was Annie, are you okay yesterday? It's my favorite segment of the week.
It's your finest work.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was good. It was good.
I hate to hear that.
Yeah. We actually did great. Ethan was
It's a good show, huh?
A+ top notch.
He was a good fill-in?
I wouldn't even call him fill-in at this point.
Would you say permanent replacement?
Equal player.
I have a contract. So
do you?
Not really. But I like to pretend that I do.
Did you make the contract? Does your contract look like Donald Trump's letter to Jeffrey Epstein?
Me and Steve got really drunk one time.
Don't say that.
Oh, no.
Don't say that.
And the contract's on a napkin.
How much news did you pay attention to in the last 3 days? Where were you?
I was doing Midwest Disney. I was doing some theme parks throughout Kentucky and Ohio.
Okay. Enjoyable?
Yeah, it was great.
Did you pay attention to the news?
Yes.
What did you learn?
What I learned was Republicans passed a rescissions package.
That happened. $9 billion, but highlight of the time, PBS.
NPR?
I was going to
PBS.
say, NBC, that's not right.
No.
Dang.
CBS, kind of. Got a little extra defunded because they lost a defamation suit. Stephen Colbert got booted. He's going to go through, I think, May of 26.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's going to be a grieving process for the nation for the next 10 months.
For some.
A handful of people that are still watching.
Not for most. Yeah, so Stephen Colbert, he's done, and it really seems like the left is not okay about that. They think that there is retaliation, but I don't really know where the retaliation would come from. There's a lot of highlighting that Stephen Colbert would go on his show and be essentially insubordinate to his employer, CBS, and talk smack on CBS. Like, how much do you think you're going to get away with here? Not to mention the fact that it's not as though CBS had been really, really killing it with the Colbert Show in the ratings. LateNighter.com was posted July 14th this year. They're talking about final late night ratings for Q2 2025. So that would be April through June. April?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's Q2.
And the Colbert Show is not growing audiences. There's one late night show that is growing audiences. Do you know which one that is?
I mean, it's got to be John Oliver, right?
Who? Comparing this year's Q2 numbers to the same period a year ago, Greg Gutfeld was the only show to grow its audience across both key metrics with a net gain of 31.5% among total viewers.
Dang, that's huge.
And 24% among viewers in the demo. So, when we're talking about TV ratings here, when you hear people say in the demo, that just means that every program is being put out there with a target audience in mind. And when they're talking about the target demo for a late night talk show like this, they're essentially saying it could be persons 35-64. It could be women 18-34 or something like that. I don't know what their target demo is, but the Gutfeld Show is obviously growing. And these other shows are not. They're kind of just sustaining. It almost feels like a primary to me. It's like some of y'all need to get out. If you want to actually have a voice that competes, you're all doing the same thing. And Stephen Colbert is the smarmiest of them all.
I disagree.
Kimmel?
I
think it's different. I don't know of what, but he looks guilty to me.
Wait, who, Kimmel or Colbert?
Kimmel.
Okay.
No, I think that, I mean, good grief. The vaccine video that he did to get the vaccine, they made a Broadway production out of encouraging you to get the vaccine. Who was on the fence when it was time to get the vaccine? Who was on the fence and was like, Colbert did a Broadway number and was like, I got to get the shot.
Well, it's all those Kamala Harris supporters because they were like, well, she told me that she would never get it, but now Colbert's saying I should, so I guess it's okay.
There's even video of Colbert in 2020, in the summer of 2020, when they were talking about the vaccine, and it was President Trump's vaccine, where he's being very skeptical about it.
Of course.
Of course. So Fox News reports Prominent liberals and celebrities are mourning the news that CBS will end the late night show with Stephen Colbert next year. Host Stephen Colbert announced Thursday he had just learned that CBS was axing the show next spring. The host's announcement was met with boos from this in studio. Is there an alternative? I mean, like if they're like, "Hey, show's getting canceled by CBS," and people are like,
"Yay!"
Like,
can you imagine if the crowd went wild?
That's why I came tonight. I was hoping.
There was a 1 in 1,000 chance that you'd say it was canceled, and I was here for that.
It would be if you got dragged to that show because you're with somebody who you love, who's maybe a little like-minded, and you got to sit there and witness that. That would be a little sweet justice. I do think it's important to pay attention to the story because people are going to allege that this is somehow like Donald Trump trying to control. We knew that the Biden administration was manipulating the messengers and the message. The Biden administration, I mean, good grief. When we talk about fascism, one of the things that is necessary to fascism is a government-controlled message and messenger. And the way you do that is through propaganda. And when you see a government that subsidizes a specific message and only a specific message, then it becomes propaganda. Enter Senator Eric Schmidt and his rescissions package that he led through the Senate, passed the House late last night, and now NPR and PBS have been defunded. I think that's a really big deal too. People will lose that point that these politically driven entities are now losing funding is a huge deal in a culture, in a policy-based effort by a campaign, now presidency, in the fact that it only cut $9 billion. I think that the lead on the story here is a make good on a promise that was made to give the American people back the right to sensible usage of their tax dollars. And this is more of a cultural reason not to spend a tax dollar than a quantity of tax dollar. The quality of what you're spending your money on versus the quantity. We got a lot of work to go on the quantity, but there is no alternative opinion that is being funded by your taxpayer dollars. And PBS and NPR bat 1,000 on when it gets political, which side it goes on. We work as a show. There are people whose names you've never heard of that are working their tails off right now to make sure that you can get in your car, turn on your radio, and you get to listen to 97.1 free. It doesn't cost you anything. There is an app that you can listen to anywhere. It doesn't cost you anything because we have to work to partner with the very best of the best people to make it so that we can all feed our families here, that we can have a livelihood, and bring you the information and the entertainment and the discussion that hopefully you want. That's my job, is to determine what is going to be talked about on any given day because of what you want to be talked about. It's not, yes, it's the Annie Fry Show, but I am nothing if you're not willing to get in your car or sit in your office or turn the kitchen radio on a 97.1. We have to work our butts off to partner with the very best people to connect the very best listening audience in radio here in St. Louis with the people who provide you the goods and services that you're looking for, people you can trust. Great businesses, great families, great local people who are providing goods and services the old-fashioned American way to make sure that we can provide you this experience. NPR and PBS, they get a subsidy out of our pockets, our taxpayer dollars, to fund the discussion that they have that always leans a certain way. This, to me, isn't difficult. If NPR and PBS are valuable to the American people, listen, there are Christian radio stations in this town who don't do sales the way we do. They
across
do
the country.
They do. And Christian radio is probably the best example of it. I don't know how many other like crowd-funded radio station formats there are, but people value, and I do too. I mean, Joy 99.1 is on my, should probably not say that on this station, but I'm going to. I trust 99.1 on in my house, in my kids' bedrooms, if they want to listen to music.
You probably trusted it a ton between 2007 and 2014.
That was when I was like, you do not turn that station on. Ryan Wiggins is on that station. Yes, Ryan did work for Joy. But I mean, honestly, we probably listened to you quite a bit in that amount of time. People believe in that cause and believe in that message, and they fund it. So if as many people are up in arms and upset and pounding their fists on the table, like Elizabeth Warren, who's all worked up about Colbert, and then, of course, the vote to defund these media outlets, donate. Donate. Mm-hmm. You still got the opportunity to support these people. Give your money, your hard-earned dollar, and donate. And cover as much as you possibly can. If it's that important, collectively come together and donate. And then, I mean, truthfully, it might be the case that the other end of this with NPR and PBS, they might be more financially better off if the people on the left are smart enough to monetize this moment, and truly there are enough people out there who want it. Because, folks, if there aren't enough people out here to support that type of broadcasting, the government shouldn't be paying for it to begin with anyway. These are big wins. A lot of other big stories, of course. The Jeffrey Epstein story took about 32 turns, Ryan, while you were out of the office. And now we're looking at the release of grand jury testimony that President Trump said last night is going to happen. He directed Pam Bondi to do that. We've got a ton to talk about. I'm excited about our next guest. William Forstchen is going to be on with us. Now, he is the author of 1 Second After, 1 Year After, and The Final Day. You've heard me talk about this book, specifically 1 Second After. I've read that at least 2 times. I might have gone through it 3 times. But it's essentially about an EMP that hits and what happens afterwards. If you don't know what an EMP is, we're going to talk to William Forstchen on the show here next. And we're going to discuss what kind of actual real preparedness that the United States government has, that our local governments have, in the event of this very, very real kind of warfare that could be enacted anywhere across the country. He's going to talk to us about what he knows about it, what the government is doing about it. Instead of funding things like NPR and PBS, maybe we need to be focusing, not apples to apples, of course, but let's get real about the actual threats to our country, and William Forstchen is a leading voice on it. He'll be with us next. Don't go away. The Retirement Advisory Group, you can find them online at retirementkey.com. I want you to reserve your spot real quick before you go do whatever you're going to do. You're probably out to lunch. I want to make sure that you have this spot reserved before they fill up. And I like to fill the room with Annie Fry Show listeners, which honestly, most of you Annie Fry Show listeners listen to Mark Cox and Mark Reardon as well. And they're going to be there with me on Tuesday, August 5th at the Protecting Your Retirement educational event at the Frontenac Hilton. It starts at 6:30 p.m. We try to get there as close to 6 as we possibly can and get to meet each of you. And we're going to fill that room with like-minded folks, people who listen to 97.1, but also people who are looking at retirement. It's very close. This is different than being me and being in your 40s and knowing I've got decades left to save. You're very close and you want to know, is this doable? This free event will give you the information you need so that you can sign up with the folks at the Retirement Advisory Group and make your retirement worry-free. Call to reserve your spot, 314-993-9494, retirementkey.com.
Man, the heat has been killer for our comfort in the last week or so. We got swamped, and I'm not going to tell you to call me when we can't take care of you in a reasonable amount of time. But I've been hearing this, and it's interesting to where people want to get prices for new equipment. A word of advice on what you replace it with if you do not call me. Keep this in mind. Don't jump the shark and say, well, the more I spend, the more my bills go down. You and only you know what you spend a month on your utilities for cooling and heating. If you were told you need a new air conditioner or you know it's just not working for you, call me, Bart Inman, one easy number, Missouri and Illinois. The only number, Missouri and Illinois, is 314-293-2600. God bless.
St. Louis Public Library is here to help the community recover. Every Monday in July, join SLPL at DeVol Library, 4234 North Grand Boulevard from 4 to 6 p.m. For community rebuilding events, these outside events offer free resources and supplies to St. Louis neighbors, including food distribution, diapers and period products, legal aid, crisis counseling, and more. For more information, visit slpl.org.
We, without hesitation, recommend that anybody work with ThrottleNet. The experience will be as good as it's been for us, for anybody, because you'll get a true partnership and you'll be able to rest easy that you're going to get the service that you need, while they're also doing all those things that you don't want to have to think about, that you don't want to have to worry about. They're always doing that in the background for you.
Don't wait for your next IT crisis. If your business depends on technology, you need a partner that's got your back. Contact ThrottleNet.com to get a free IT evaluation and see how we can support your IT everything.
Speeding while driving gives you less time to react. Another car could turn out in front of you. A pedestrian could be walking their dog. Follow the speed limit to keep them safe. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
Annie Fry is back because truth doesn't take a break. 97.1 FM Talk. St. Louis Conservative.
Hey everybody, since we've been on the topic of China, and we're talking about how they're buying all of our farmland, let me tell you another scenario, right? So everybody's worried about this EMP threat, and a lot of people are saying, oh, they'll never get an EMP over here. Well, maybe they won't have to get an EMP over here because they have so much land and they're building so many facilities here in the United States. Maybe they just build an EMP on the land, the thousands and thousands and probably millions of acres that they've bought.
Sean Ryan commenting on that threat of an EMP. This is an issue that comes up in varying times based on the headlines. But while the world looks pretty unstable and we watch the president going from place to place to try to secure a lot of these threats as they're happening far away, what about here at home? I want to invite onto the show William Forstchen. He's the author of 1 Second After, 1 Year After, and The Final Day. 1 Second After, I have read multiple times. I have the audiobook. I recommend this so much when it comes to understanding what an EMP is and what kind of threat it is. We're excited to bring this author onto the show with us. William, thank you for being here today. It's a pleasure to have you.
Good afternoon, Annie. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay. I got to say that anytime my husband and I go on a road trip, we put your book on and then we plan. And we're pausing and we're planning. We have made some good decisions, I think, because of the education that someone gets in this really compelling story. It is a story. It's not just like a help book. But I think it's important to talk about, first and foremost, what an EMP is and what kind of actual threat it could be in the environment we're in right now.
Okay, Annie. EMP is a very real threat. It means electromagnetic pulse weapons. It's created by putting a small nuclear weapon atop an ICBM, loft it into space, just get it out about 200 miles above, okay, all right.
The cutest puppy sitting next to you right now, I might add.
That's my assistant.
He's doing a great
He
job.
likes to crash these meetings. Okay, come on, Chloe. Where was I? Okay. Get the weapon about 200 miles above the United States. Worst case scenario is launching 3 such weapons, eastern, central, western United States. When they detonate, they set up something that's called the Compton effect. It's a gamma ray and electrostatic discharge that hits the Earth's surface, feeds into our electrical wiring, which are now antennas, feeds into the high tension lines, which start blowing offline, and power plants. And literally 1 second after, the electrical grid of the United States starts going down. It's a catastrophic scenario. Worst case player for something like this would be North Korea. They don't need dozens or hundreds of nukes, 3 such weapons. And until 3 weeks ago, I was very worried about Iran as well. So that's it in shorthand. 80 to 90% of the population would perish a year after such an event.
Oh, yeah, it is something that when I hear things like this, I like to think, oh, the United States government is completely prepared for that. This is when did you write 1 Second After? What year was that? What did you pen that?
Book came out. I started writing it actually in 2005.
Oh,
came out 4 years later. I didn't expect it to become what it became. 2 weeks later, it was on the New York Times bestseller list. It's been a major seller since. And 3 months ago, we sold the movie deal. They're working on that right now, and they're going to start filming in September. So it's going to get the word out.
That certainly is. So if you started writing this in 2005, if this was conceptually in your mind in 2005, I have to think that the American government would have been aware of it in 2005. We're 20 years past that moment in time right now. How prepared do you feel like the United States government is to protect the people of this country from such an
yeah,
EP?
yeah, really. President Trump, in his first term, started to work towards this. He demanded a review study by DOD, DOE, and others as to what was EMP, how do we prevent it from happening. But the moment Biden came into power, the study was actually dropped. Literally on day one of his administration, we spent $1 trillion plus on green energy, which does nothing to protect our grid. Now that Trump is back, just a month or so ago, he announced what's called Golden Dome, which is to create a ballistic missile defense for the United States.
So when you're listening, when you hear this announcement of the Golden Dome, Pete Hegseth has commented on this quite a bit, as well as the defense secretary. Does that hearten you a bit to know that we're thinking, at least publicly, like we're talking about it publicly now, that this is a defense system that the United States homeland actually needs?
When I started this 20 years ago and saw nothing, there was congressional studies in 2002, 2007. They said, this thing is real. We have to start reacting to it. And then we went years where nothing was being done. Golden Dome, to explain to your listeners, is a strategic missile defense for the United States. It's basically Iron Dome, the Israeli system, which we saw magnificent performance in the previous month. It's that system on steroids, designed to protect the strategic defense of the United States of intercontinental ballistic missiles before they get over American territory.
Yeah, I heard that, and I'm like, gosh darn it, I kind of wish that we had already had that, and just the people that are civilians like me don't even know it yet.
We did have a basic system under Ronald Reagan. It was called Strategic Defense Initiative. We did deploy some anti-ballistic missile systems in Alaska, but that was 40 years ago. A very, very low success rate for those systems. Today, with the modern technology we have, AI, you're talking about literally a bullet shooting a bullet from several thousand miles away. The math that goes into it must be amazing, but it can be done.
Yeah.
It is being done. And within 3 years, we will have a basic system in place.
Well,
you just have to worry between now and then.
Yes. And fortunately, I at least in my opinion, is we have a commander-in-chief that is paying very close attention. We're speaking with William Forstchen. He is the author of a book that I highly recommend. I don't read very many books multiple times. 1 second after, I have multiple times. Also, the sequel 1 year after and the final day. You can go to onesecondafter.com for more information here. I want to highlight, too, like as you said, you started this story in 2005. One of the partners that you had, at least in the foreword, I don't know how involved he was in the whole process, Newt Gingrich, the former Speaker of the House. Of course, he is still a prominent vocal voice in politics today. Newt Gingrich has been out there saying, hey, folks, this is a big deal. You need to be paying attention to this.
Yeah, Newt and I have been friends for 30 years. We've written 6 or 7 books together across the years on history. Newt gave the foreword to the book 1 second after. And we're friends even to this day. So yeah, he helped it turn it into a bestseller. Newt points out this is maybe the major strategic defense issue for the United States in the 21st century, to prevent missiles from getting over the United States and detonating out in space. They don't have to hit a target anymore, just get it out there. And basic technology, the North Koreans already have.
So, William, I want to give you the opportunity to, while people can read the book and glean from it what my husband and I have gleaned from it, you hear about, I don't think we understand fully how much we rely on computers, how present they are and everything. Of course, I'm looking at you at a computer right now, but your cars have computers in them. Sometimes our bodies have systems in them that require the electrical grid to be functioning. There is a wide swath of danger that exists with something like this. Do you have any tips for people in anticipation, some basic things, practical prepping is what I call it, that folks, if they want to check out your book, some things you'd like to highlight?
Even before computers, electricity is the basic building block of a technological society, which we've now had for 125 years. We lose the electrical grid, we lose everything. We lose our water pumping systems. We lose food delivery. We lose the pharmacies. We lose command and control. The bad guys are going to be coming out. All of these things add up to the perfect scenario. What should ordinary citizens be doing? It's the old Boy Scout motto. I'm an Eagle Scout, all right? Be prepared. It doesn't take much to be prepared to survive for a month or two without electricity. I went through it back in September. I was in the middle of Helene. I had no electricity for 6 weeks, but I had the basic things in place to help me and my wonderful fiance survive. So be prepared. Have basic food supply. Doesn't have to be Patriot food. Just get some discount canned food. Water supply. Have a good water filter system. Make sure your medications are up to date and it's not 1 or 2 days away. These type of things will make the difference between you going out into the street on day 2 or 3 to find something versus being prepared. Now, I live in a small town. We work together. I don't think that would work very well in the middle of St. Louis, Philadelphia, or New York.
It's different.
So you don't want to be on the streets if something like this happens.
Yes, and it's so important to lean into what you were just talking about here. Of course, if you listen to 1 second after, it's going to change the way you see things in life. And I'm going to be honest, William, your book has cost me thousands of dollars. I'm a well-armed and prepared citizen at this point in time, and it's your fault. And I will also give you credit, but I won't be able to tell you then.
Well, don't you feel a little bit more secure now
Yes.
as we're talking about this, that you go home tonight with your husband? Do you have children?
Yeah, 4. I have 4 kids. Yes.
Good heavens, you better be prepared.
That's right. Well, and to your point of what you were talking about with Helene, people can read this book and then they can go, oh my gosh, I have to get going. But that may never happen. We may never live in a time, you and I both may never live in a time where we see something like this happen. The Golden Dome is fortified and we're protected because we live in the best country on the planet. But we could have another hurricane. We live in Tornado Alley, and we've seen a lot of weather events come through, earthquakes, just things that you can't anticipate, that Mother Nature doesn't have a political bent or it's not a war or anything like that. The preparedness that you can learn about from this book can really make it so that you can be self-sufficient and, again, like you said, not have to worry in the event of some kind of emergency.
I could have written a textbook. Novels are a far better way to get a story across because it becomes a story. Readers get involved in the characters. And then along the way, I'm slipping in, do this, do that to be better prepared. So that was the original purpose of the novel, and it still is today.
Yeah.
And I'll be glad that the movie, they're swearing to me, the movie is going to follow the novel very closely.
Who has the rights to the movie? Who's producing it?
Starling Productions. I can't say names yet, confidentiality, but it looks like we have the female lead and the male lead most likely being locked in today. They have gone to Bulgaria because they do a lot of filming in Bulgaria now. The sets are being made, and in 8 weeks I fly to Bulgaria to see what it looks like.
Well, how exciting for you, and how exciting for us as well to have you on the show, but especially exciting to get to meet Chloe. That is a wonderful partner that you have that has been keeping you company.
Here's the other one, Abby.
Abby, Chloe and Abby. Well, thank you for your time. We hope that you'll come back on, especially as this movie is produced and is coming together. I will wrestle greatly if I am going to sit through this movie because the anxiety that comes through, but also following through this book towards the end. It's such a complete story, and we're lucky to have your knowledge put in a story like this that people consume. I can't wait to see the movie.
And you're an excellent host. I really appreciate you. God bless you.
God bless you as well. Thank you so much for the time today. William Forstchen, the author of 1 Second After. This is incredible reading. It is something that you can learn from, certainly. It is a story that is gripping. It will change your frame of mind in a way that I think is incredibly constructive. And in no way, shape, or form am I being compensated to say this particular thing right now, but you can go to STS Armory if you want to learn about other ways that you can get started on this, because STS and I have done some episodes. They just built this brand new facility in Pontoon Beach, Illinois. It's a wonderful facility that they got to design themselves so that they can serve you in the best way possible. But Katie and Jesse and I have sat down, and you could go back and listen to these episodes on the Annie Fry Show podcast, but we do a practical prepping podcast, and there's discussion that we might be starting it back up again since they are newly settled into their brand new building. But it's smart to be prepared, and yes, while it can help you in the case of the EMP strike, which is horrifying and terrifying to think about, again, if you get struck by a tornado or an earthquake or an ice storm, you remember the ice storm in the early 2000s and we didn't have power, there are things you can do to get ahead of that game, and you will be worry-free. Let's take a quick break. Ryan coming back in studio here next. Don't go away. Michael's Flooring Outlet online at igotfloored.com. I encourage you to familiarize yourself with good people who do great work. And Michael's Flooring Outlet, that family, they are great people who do great work. They've been partners with us here at 97.1 for maybe decades now, I think, and with the Annie Fry Show since early on. And I really appreciate that we can turn you over into the hands of Michael's Flooring Outlet and know that you are going to be taken care of start to finish. And when you go to Michael's Flooring Outlet to check out their flooring, to, basically vet, is this a place I want to buy my new flooring renovation materials from, installation, that you're going to have our word that you're going to be in the hands of very good people. Michael's Flooring Outlet, they are wonderful when it comes to giving you estimates. They'll come into your home and give you estimates. They are going to be able to provide you reviews from clients that they've had in the past, and they've got great products to offer you. You can find them in store in 3 different locations across St. Louis, online at igotfloored.com.
You had a solid retirement dream. Sell your home in a few years, bank the equity, downsize, and travel. But with an unpredictable economy and the future feeling a bit uncertain, you're wondering if that equity will still be there when you're ready. What if you could bank that equity right now? With Truehold, you can sell your home for its current value so you can access your equity today. You can bank the cash now and stay in the home you love with an easy standard lease. Truehold even covers property taxes, insurance, and repairs. And since Truehold hands over your equity in cash now, it's yours to do whatever you'd like. Don't let a shifting economy put your hard-earned equity at risk. Visit Truehold.com and receive their competitive offer on your home in just 48 hours based on its current value, not what's coming. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
I am excited to be here to tell you that you can have one more chance to win free tickets to see Creed in Southwest Missouri. It's actually pretty close to Branson. If you want to make a trip out of it, you can win some free tickets by listening in about an hour, so middle of the 1 o'clock hour. We'll be doing that. It is 12:37. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
JerryKelly.com. From the gateway city to the front lines of freedom. 97.1 FM Talk. St. Louis Conservative.
So you had to eat a sandwich?
Yeah, half a sandwich.
Why? Because I didn't do the interview long enough?
No, I had already eaten half of it.
Oh, you were just eating the other half.
I was trying to finish it.
Did you listen to William Forstchen there?
Yes.
Are you prepared?
No. Well, are we prepared? I think is the bigger question that
what
you
do
come
you mean
away
we?
from.
Oh no,
as
no.
a people.
I'm not worried about them at that point. I am.
Oh no! Look, if the electricity goes away, I'm just dead. I'm not trying to survive after the electricity. I'm trying to say, what are we doing
what about your
to
kids?
Get rid of the threat that could happen? They'll just eat me.
Listen, we have less.
I'm giving myself for my kids.
We have less say in like the manifesting of a golden dome than we do having a few canned goods and maybe a pew-pew around.
I tell you what, my vote says Golden Dome. I voted Trump in 2024.
You're saying that with your street Ryan voice.
A little bit.
He's starting to strut a little bit side to side when he's talking like that. I said, go no.
Yeah, but you know what street it is? It's just the streets in the heartland of America.
Oh, Lord.
Some of them aren't even paved. You just got to take the road less traveled sometimes.
Are you Lauren Elena?
Who's that?
I'll let you Google it.
Lauren Elena?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know who that is.
How prepared? I mean, seriously.
I don't read books.
Let's not. She's a singer. Tornado hits. Ice storm hits. Do you remember the big ice storm? Did you lose power in the ice storm? I want to say it was in like
ago?
2006, maybe 20 years ago.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
I remember everything. It was so beautiful because it looked like a fantasy land. It looked like you had entered a section of the board on a Candyland board. Everything was encased in like half an inch of ice. It sparkled, but also so were the power lines, and the power went out. And there were people. I remember people being out of power for maybe even over a week.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing in that situation? It's
Well,
obviously cold outside.
That was before I had kids, so I did not have to sacrifice myself for them.
Streaking, you're running outside, going, "This is crazy."
Oh no, I wouldn't do that either because that would be foolish because I couldn't come back into the heat. We had to burn our furniture and stuff in 2006. But to answer your question for real, what would I do in that situation?
Is all of this been harbored for the last 3 days? Are we going to have a serious conversation at all today?
I doubt it. I mean, it's a Friday.
Well, we have to do some work. I have to do some work.
I mean, what is work really?
Okay.
You know, let's ask a bigger question.
Brad, are you prepared?
Yes and no. I never feel like I'm prepared enough for it, but focusing on things that are like the essentials, food and water, clean drinking water supply or a way to get clean drinking water, stuff like that. But no, I'm never as prepared as I'd like.
I have one thing that I want to say about this, for real, that actually drives me crazy about prepping for disasters. It is when people put food in their basement. Now, if you don't have room in your kitchen, then that's one thing. You're just storing extra food. That's fine. But if you have a kitchen that has multiple cabinets, you have a pantry that's full of canned goods and food, what kind of specific disaster has to strike that you need food that's not in your pantry? Like that you need it in your basement?
How much food do you have? How long would the food that you have in your kitchen pantry
Weeks.
last you?
Weeks. We have tons of food. Everybody
Even if
I know
you didn't have heat?
has, yeah.
Or
Because
clean
you got
water?
can openers, you got plenty of food in there. I mean, we got a whole turnstile that's not even part of the pantry that's just a bunch of canned goods that we haven't eaten probably in 4 years. A bunch of green beans down there and just old white beans.
It sounded like Adam Sandler from Big Daddy, but he doesn't say old white beans.
So
If you know,
we have all this stuff, and some of it you could probably boil water to use. But even if you didn't have that, most of this stuff is all edible. And then we add more of it in the basement. We've done this. I'm overdoing this, but it's driven me crazy to walk in my basement and go, oh, thank God for those extra old beans that we're not eating that are going to expire soon, instead of the ones upstairs that we're also not eating.
You're doing it wrong.
How is he doing it wrong?
Well, what you're supposed to do is wherever your supply is, if it's canned goods or something like that, something that has a shorter shelf life than like survival food, you're supposed to take from that and use that and then replenish that.
Yeah, but he just said that he doesn't eat any of it. They're vegetables, Brad.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Just imagine they're gummy bears.
Just think about how healthy you're
I'm not
going
to imagine that beans are gummy bears just so I'll eat
First,
them.
there's Ozempic, and then there's a minor disaster, and Ryan's out there looking a little slim.
Oh, that's the first thing you do in a disaster. You go for all the semaglutide. You don't have to eat as much. You just grab, smash and grab, and you go.
I would assume at that time there are probably diabetic people who would actually need it.
Oh, for sure, but it's survival of the fittest at this point.
Well, it's
the fittest
negotiations and finance at that point.
Right.
How bad do you want to live?
So anyway, my point is just about the basement food. That's all. Like, what's the specific disaster that would need to destroy your upper floor?
Do you have anything other than canned goods?
Not really. I mean, mostly canned goods.
What kind of beans?
Great White Northern.
White beans?
What do you use them for? White chicken?
We don't use them for anything. That's
Why
my
do you have
point.
them?
Because we just are prepared in case of disaster.
You bought food to
Corn
eat that you don't eat?
You know, just like random corn. Like that corn looks terrible,
Corn
but I'm
with
going
a
to buy
K
it
or
just in
corn with a
case.
C?
No, I'm not going to listen to corn in a disaster.
Was it on sale?
It might track. I don't know.
I don't know. Uh-oh, the MP just hit. Boom. Oh, now we're good. We got corn.
It's so unfortunate, the skills that you have.
That seems like creamed corn.
Have you ever done that before?
No. So nobody's like, can you do impersonation of Jonathan Davis from Korn? I'm like, oh, yeah, I just have that.
Everybody's going to do it to you now.
Oh, man.
There's nowhere to go from here. Other than Wiggins America and the beer not the big. Can you think that?
No.
I couldn't have come up with a corn song or sound at all. And you did that. I'm like, oh, I know that. We'll be right back.
Tell them bring another round, we need plenty more. Two stepping on the table, she don't need a dance floor. Oh my.
Let's show our appreciation for local heroes. Mark Cox here. Nominate a first responder and their department could get lunch from Grill Master Tony's. I'll personally deliver it. Share their story at 971talk.com. Nominate them today.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com, sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
If it's time for new windows, there's only one place to call. That is Window World. Mark Cox here. Call my friends at Window World at 314-993-1800 for your free estimate today. If you have any questions, they'll be glad to send someone out to explain all of it to you. You can even schedule right online at windowworldstl.com. You know, there's a lot of high-interest financing out there, but here's what Window World's doing. Right now, they're offering 18 up to 36 months, same as cash financing with approved credit. You can't beat that. You also get a lifetime warranty that covers all of the parts, the glass breakage, and labor. Who else stands behind their product like that? Over half the appointments Window World will set this year are from previous customers or referrals from those customers. That is a testimony to their customer service, their quality, and their commitment to creating loyal customers. That's what you get with Window World. Call them at 314-993-1800, windowworldstl.com.
Rooted in faith, grounded in family. We're back with more truth. This is the Annie Fry Show.
Bring it.
Wiggins. Oh, Wiggins. The bee or not the bee.
These are stories that are either fake from the Babylon Bee or real from a real news source. You'll have to tell me which is which. First one.
Well, you gonna be super straight-laced now?
I don't do anything other than straight-laced. I don't talk well
that's the
sometimes,
rumor.
but it's just the heartland of America. Just riding these dusty roads.
Okay, go on with it.
All right.
B.
Here's the first story. I'm a clown. Donald Trump is not one of us.
Oh.
It's an editorial.
B.
Yeah, B.
It's the B.
No, this is real from the Washington Post.
Is it really?
I'm a clown. Donald Trump is not one of us. An editorial. Tim Cunningham is the board president of Clowns Without Borders.
It's different than Tim Curry, who also is a clown.
Yes, in the sewer.
In my mind, when you go through with this, that's the type of clown I'm listening to. Go on.
Tim Cunningham is the board president of Clowns Without Borders, a nonprofit that performs clown shows for communities facing hardship.
To make it even worse.
Send in the clowns.
He says real clowns bring joy to the
They're
world,
already
not
here.
chaos to Washington.
Clowns Without Borders.
That's the whole editorial.
Do the
That's
clowns
it.
have a union?
That's all I wrote down. That's all you needed.
Do the clowns have a union?
I don't know. I can reach out to Tim Cunningham
Would you
to find out.
You should interview him for your show.
COA,
Should I?
For
the
Wiggins
Clowns
America.
of America.
Straight-laced. The only way you know how to be.
Tim, as a clown.
Yourself?
Without borders. Why is Donald Trump not one of you? That's my first question. And my only question.
He'll be like, it's funny you ask.
Okay, thanks for joining.
Actually, my follow-up would be, how do you perform clown shows for communities facing hardship?
Is there a place in this world right now for clowns? I mean, I don't want to just like cross them off the board, but
That area looks really poor. I think I'm going to do a clown show there.
is there ever a time where a clown can enter the situation and like everyone's like, hooray?
I think if you're in a sewer, no, that would be scary.
That would be worse.
Yeah, I think if you're, no, I can't think of a place where a clown shows up and everybody is happy.
Everything post it, no chance.
Yeah, I mean, in our lives as millennials, we had a sea change when the internet came and when it was made.
Mm-hmm.
Life
Yeah.
was different before both of those things.
Well, didn't John Wayne Gacy ruin it?
Yeah, he was bad.
And he dressed up like a clown, right? And he like killed
Well,
people.
he was a clown, but I don't think that he did.
Oh, he didn't do his work as a clown.
Right.
His crimes.
No, clown was his day job.
Gotcha. Okay.
But then it made people say,
So you're telling
"Can
me
we trust the
clown was the
clowns?"
normal side of his day?
So he was just clowning around doing fine, but then masquerading as a normal person when he was not dressed up as a clown.
I wouldn't say a normal person.
Bear on California state flag moves to Texas.
That's definitely the B.
It's got to be the B.
That's the B. When asked about the departure of the state's flag's famous bear, Governor Gavin Newsom blamed President Donald Trump. Quote, "This is just another result of Trump's divisive brand of leadership," Newsom said. "It's a sad day when even our wonderful monarch, the grizzly bear, gets radicalized by Donald Trump's extreme fascist ideas. If monarch wants out, I say good riddance. We welcome the search for newer, more diverse representation on our flag." I was like, you missed an opportunity to say wildlife there. More diverse wildlife representation on our flag. B. I guess the B's
Shame on
losing a
them.
step. All right, long line for bathroom as there's only one fire hydrant outside furry convention.
I pray to Lord Jesus that that's the B.
I'm going to say real.
Yeah, I'm going with Ethan on this one.
You know, this could be real.
It's the B.
It's the B, though. But, man, we're there. We're there where this could be a real story.
I was thinking that was a cute headline until the very last part where you said furry convention.
Yeah. Pittsburgh. Looking
Was
at you.
it Pittsburgh?
Well, isn't it always Pittsburgh?
Well, I think they have other furry conventions for sure.
Well, but the main one.
You kidding me?
I
You
don't
think
clearly
there's-
know about this as much as you do. Go on.
Kevin Brandt, who also goes by the name Biscuit when dressed in his furry garb, said there had already been dozens of complaints. Quote, "There was quite a mess on the grass in front of the event center," he said. "Some of our attendees just couldn't hold it long enough to wait for the hydrant to be available.
Oh.
It's okay, though. We had enough staff with little doggy bags to pick up the mess. Filled up a bunch of trash cans, though."
Dogs don't poop on fire hydrants.
Well, but if there's only one area to do your business and all the people dressed up in furry costumes were waiting to do it there, and then they were pooping on the lawn, and then people were picking it up.
Do furry costumes have to be like, it's just like the super trendy wear a jumper kind of a situation for girls when it's just all one piece? You have to take the whole thing off if you just want to go pee.
Well, that's a good question.
Do furries have, like, do the higher end furry, are they costumes? Can we call them costumes? Personas.
I don't know.
can.
Whatever they. Ethan, you keep me grounded. Do they have accommodations? Or do you walk into like the bathroom, which probably isn't gendered, let's just be real, and just see underneath all the stalls just like dead furries.
Oh God! What happened to
humanity?
Little Biscuit.
Skinned.
Well, here's another question for Ethan.
We didn't answer the first one.
Well, I thought that was rhetorical. Mine's not.
No, mine's for real.
Can a furry just wear the head with a normal outfit, or do you have to go full costume?
In today's day and age, I think anything goes, Ryan. You could wear a freaking lion head with a tiger body for all that I care. I'm okay with it.
Well,
Are
you
you
just
okay
lost
with
your
it?
authority on this issue.
Is that a binary furry? I don't know how that works.
That's non-binary because there's two animals in that.
I'm glad we decided on
solving issues here.
Absolutely
Do
binary.
we think that this is actually an issue?
Oh, binary too, yeah.
Do we think this is actually an issue anywhere where there are people that are actually going to the bathroom that are dressed like animals at these conventions outside? Do you think people take it that seriously?
I wouldn't be surprised at all if
wouldn't
there are
either.
rules
Would not
about
be
what
shocking.
can and can't take place.
Do you think it's serious enough, like they have Disney rules, where if you got to go to the bathroom, you just do it in the suit if you're at the Pittsburgh convention?
That is not a Disney rule. And if Disney wants
about
to
to
sue this
say,
show, you go
holy.
straight to Ryan Wiggins because that is not, in fact, accurate.
Oh, I just assumed that
Disney rules.
if you were, in costume, if you were dressed up as Mickey or Goofy,
You just
had-
assumed
you had
that
to
they
go.
were using.
But you're not going to stop right there on Main
pee
Street
my
USA
pants.
and do it.
For the kids.
Hey, Ryan, how do you do your job when you have to pee? Do you just go?
I go to the bathroom, but I'm not all dressed up all the time. I've got to fly.
You kidding me? Look at that outfit. You're looking fly, my guy.
Democrats urge people to stop inflammatory rhetoric unless it's against Trump, the next Hitler who must be stopped now.
Satire B.
B?
B.
It is the B. According to DNC Chair Ken Martin, Americans have a civic responsibility to use peaceful, nonviolent speech to build up society unless they're talking about Trump. Quote, on behalf of the DNC, I urge my fellow citizens to stop using inflammatory rhetoric. There is no call whatsoever for hateful or violent speech except for when someone talks about Trump, who's probably Hitler, because he's an enemy of humankind and must be destroyed regardless of the cost. As usual, that's too close to home. Man wants however many deportations are needed for him to no longer have to press 1 for English.
Real?
Oh man. B.
Real.
Well, it's a B, but
It's real.
But it's real.
Feels real to me.
While Trent describes himself as not very political, he says he's sick and tired of having to press 1 for English every time he calls his bank, insurance company, doctor's office, or gym. Quote, I support however many deportations are necessary for me to no longer have to waste my time pressing 1 for my country's native language.
It's official now, too.
Trent ranted to his wife after sitting through another half-hour phone menu listening to various languages he could use with his insurance agent. We got another minute?
1 minute.
Tragic. Rabid Stephen Colbert forced to be put down.
Oh, see, this is just a semantical question.
This is tough.
How do you combine the words be and real? We could do beal or re.
Be real.
I'm going with re.
Ryan?
This is a B
Sorry, the
headline.
answer was Beal.
Fail.
And that'll just about do it for today's B or not the B. I think you don't really need to know this story. You know this story. This was huge news yesterday.
Yeah.
Stephen Colbert, man.
Poor baby.
Poor guy.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
They said 200 people work on that show. Can you believe that?
Yeah, the Gutfeld show, they've said it. They have like 7.
Yeah.
When Joe DeVito was in here. He's like, do you know how much we do
Yeah.
with so little? And they're winning. It's pretty awesome to watch. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Stay on play. Give it up, jiggy, make it feel like foreplay. Yo, my cardio is infinite.
Hey, it's Mark Bearden. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call my friends Thomas Helbig and Bob Kershaw with the Retirement Advisory Group. They'll show you how linking to the market is much safer than owning the market for your retirement savings. They're the official financial advisors of my show. Go to retirementkey.com.
Tony La Russa here. Has your loss of energy and weight gain thrown you a curveball in your relationship? If so, go see my friends over at Victory Men's Health. Discreet first-class professionals will help you hit those curves out of the park. VictoryMen'sHealth.com. That's VictoryMen'sHealth.com.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon with news for listeners who, like me, want to learn more about Bitcoin. Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club is coming to St. Louis later this summer. The Bitcoin Ben Crypto Clubs teach members what Bitcoin is, how to buy it, how to safely store it, and how to avoid scams. And we'll connect with others like us who want to learn more about crypto. St. Louis will be the 7th club nationwide and Ben's hometown. If you want to know more about Bitcoin, you need to know Bitcoin Ben. Learn more at bitcoinben.io. That's bitcoinben.io.
HomeshieldFoundationRepairs.com. If your concrete at your home is shifting, cracked, and now it's uneven and it's dangerous, it is a hazard, a safety hazard, you're thinking about fixing it and you just don't really know where to start, let me introduce you to Matt Hayes and his family-owned and operated business here right out of St. Louis, Home Shield Foundation Repair. Excited to welcome Matt and his wife. They're going to be in with us here in the 2 o'clock hour to play X's and O's today. Mark Cox is going to join us as well, which will be exciting. So you're going to keep it right here for that. You can trust Matt and his great team. They have a great culture. People who are in this business, they want to work at Home Shield Foundation Repair because they do great work. They're reliable. They take pride in it. If you have uneven concrete in your driveway, your sidewalks, your walkways, if it's in your garage floor, that could be a huge hazard that could cost you a lot more money down the road if you don't fix it. Go the cost-effective route and hire Matt Hayes and the Home Shield Foundation Repair team to do the job. 314-227-9636. 314-227-9636. HomeshieldFoundationRepairs.com.
KFTK FM Florissant from the Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's Injury Lawyers Studio. Call 314-500-5000.
That's 314-500-5000.
All on the free Odyssey app.
Dental casualties. I'm Therese Crowley, Fox News. The FBI investigating the scene of an explosion at a Los Angeles County Sheriff's facility. Attorney General Pam Bondi says at least 3 people are dead in the 7:30 a.m. explosion. But the FBI investigating the explosion as an accident, transporting ordnances at the training facility with a chopper view showing the back of a deputy's Chevy Tahoe blown out. Again, despite the recent threats to law enforcement, this being investigated as an accident. Too soon to identify the casualties. President Trump praising Republicans in Congress for big progress in such a short time, with 2 signing ceremonies this afternoon on both rescissions and cryptocurrency.
After a narrow vote in both the House and Senate, a rescissions package has been passed by Congress for the first time since the 90s. House Speaker Mike Johnson.
Government is too large. It does too many things, and it does almost nothing well.
The rescissions package cuts $9 billion in spending on foreign aid and public broadcasting, and has been seen as a test run for future spending cuts the Trump administration believes will be key in reducing the deficit. Democrats railed against the cuts, arguing the money was already approved by Congress through a bipartisan agreement, and that agreement has now been broken. A rescission only needs a simple majority to pass in both chambers. On Capitol Hill, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
President Trump also signing the Genius Act, tying the form of cryptocurrency stablecoin to the value of the dollar. Democrats vow an investigation after CBS and parent company Paramount canceled the Stephen Colbert show after Colbert accused his corporate parents on the air of, quote, a big fat bribe in their legal settlement with President Trump. President Trump posting, I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. His talent was even less than his ratings. CBS says it's purely a financial decision. Senator Adam Schiff wants an investigation. Word came right after he taped an episode. America's listening to Fox News.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/today. Ethos.com/today.
You hear that? That's Mike, sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZzzQuil Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZzzQuil Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Weather.
Changeable skies with a couple of showers and thunder showers around 85 should do it for the high. Clouds, couple of showers, thunder showers tonight, 75. Saturday, building heat and humidity, partly sunny, nothing more than a spot thunderstorm, 92. A pure summertime weather pattern Sunday and Monday, 95 and near 100. Tuesday and Wednesday. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
You're listening to the Annie Fry Show live, sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Air Comfort Service is celebrating 55 years of residential and commercial service, maintenance, and installation of heating and cooling systems. Get in your comfort zone. Visit aircomfortservice.com.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show.
Many in the media have been speculating about bruising on the president's hand and also swelling in the president's legs. So in the effort of transparency, the president wanted me to share a note from his physician with all of you today. In recent weeks, President Trump noted mild swelling in his lower legs. In keeping with routine medical care and out of an abundance of caution, this concern was thoroughly evaluated by the White House medical unit. The president underwent a comprehensive examination, including diagnostic vascular studies. Bilateral lower extremity venous Doppler ultrasounds were performed and revealed chronic venous insufficiency, a benign and common condition, particularly in individuals over the age of 70.
So Carolyn Levitt saying yesterday from the press briefing room, talking about an update on the president's health. So President Trump is 79 years old. He has some, I guess it's circulatory issues with his veins. He's got swelling in the bottom of his legs, and he had bruising on his hands, they said, from shaking so many hands. It's rich to see people reacting to, with some concern in some cases, the president's health, questioning his age. I don't think this is turning into a big story. I am excited about how many things like this can come out, be reported on. The president and the press team doing absolutely the right thing, which is saying, okay, some people noticed. I don't know how many times I've seen this picture from underneath the table of Trump's feet and his ankles. You haven't seen this yet?
Really? No.
Yeah. I mean, his ankles do look swollen. He's got on some black dress shoes, and, his pants legs show maybe 3-4 inches between his shoe and the bottom of his pants. And his ankles are a bit swollen. Certainly you can see pictures where he's shaking hands and there's makeup covering up bruising that is there. This is the way this is supposed to be handled. It is important that people remember that while the press team is coming out and saying, yeah, there are some issues here that are very common in people over 70. And we want to put that information out there. Now we can all take it and go, okay. I was watching Trace Gallagher's Fox News at Night last night, and he had a doctor on there, and he kept posing questions to try to get more to the story, and the doctor just was like, he just needs to wear compression stockings, he said. And then Trace would be like, okay, but this, that, and the other thing, how frequently does he need to be seen? He's like, well, if he wears his compression socks, it should be fine. And I'm like, they're trying, no discredit at all to Fox News at Night. It's honestly one of my favorite shows that is on Fox News. I really appreciate, you've got, Laura Ingraham, Jesse Waters, Sean Hannity, and Gutfeld. You've got 4 hours in prime time of obvious opinion and discussion. I can watch 2 of those hours every night if I have the time for it. But Fox News at Night that comes on after Gutfeld is the first really hard-hit dose you get of the news as of, in my opinion, the day's close. Like, this is as far as we've taken these stories today. You can wake up the next day and see, what's developed overnight or what's new in the morning. But he's got this doctor on there, and the doctor's like, just wear stockings. That's what people do.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, the hand story's actually been around for a number of months. I remember reporting on this shortly after he took office again in January, that everybody wants to shake the president's hand. It's probably not unique to Trump. It's the president's job, but he is more willing to meet with a lot of people than the last president was. And so he does. He shakes a lot of hands. This doctor's report is new, but the messaging has been very consistent that anytime, people are shaking your hand that many times, he starts to get bruising.
Yeah.
Everybody's grabbing you at the same spot.
Well, not to mention the fact he might be the most aggressive handshaker that's on the face of the planet.
That's true. He does shake a hard hand.
If you're not grounded, you might fall over. You got to be ready for a Trump handshake.
This is probably a better question for X's and Y's when we do the difference in the genders. But did your parents ever teach you to shake a hand?
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me too. My dad did.
We've had those conversations with Charlie. I think one time
does he have a firm handshake?
He understands the value of a handshake, and I think that is important for a young man to be able to move into a situation and offer a handshake, like when you're, hi, I'm Charlie or whatever. Whenever it came up, it likely would have been because he probably shook one of her hands and we're like, bro.
Dude.
Dude, we're not raising you to shake hands like that, son. But he's been informed of that. And, I would say the same thing to Jensen, but she's going to turn 13 next week. She's going to be a teenager, guys. Jensen is about to be the little girl who read Luke 2 at the very first Annie Fry Show Christmas special. In those days.
You should hear her read it now. Breezes right through it.
Yeah. She actually still reads it at church every Christmas. She's going to be 13 next week. So those conversations will have to happen as well. But is it? I don't even feel like it's possible. And I don't like whataboutisms. I think that causes people to not be objectively analytical in the way you approach any situation. I think first you have to approach something like this objectively and try to say, okay, this story that President Trump has swollen ankles because he has a condition that is very common in people his age. And, the bruising, he's taking aspirin. Like, it was part of the news briefing yesterday that President Trump at 79 is on an aspirin regimen. Okay. But they're telling us, if you assess this as a story just in the context of President Trump, some photos that were taken of his ankles, some photos that were taken of his hands, just in that lane, is this a story? Should it be discussed and moved on from? Should it be monitored by the media? How do you feel about it?
I don't know that this is a story. There's not
like
really
ever at all. Like didn't even need to do what they've done.
Yeah, I mean, unless because here's why I don't think it's a story. I haven't really heard even influencers asking many questions about this, and maybe that's just me. Everybody's algorithm's a little different, but it's not something that I've even seen discussed until somebody random from the media decided we need to ask that question more. Like press it and make it. I'm going to be a journalist for once, and I'm going to ask about President Trump's ankles, and it just doesn't go anywhere.
So then you widen the lens a little bit, and you look at the reporting of this in the context of what is simultaneously happening on Capitol Hill, which is an investigation by the House Oversight Committee into the presidency of Joe Biden, actual presidential actions that were taken via the auto pen, people who were involved in that who would have known the things that we don't know as the public. The gaslighting, gosh, like Joe Scarborough talking about this is the best version of Joe Biden I've ever seen. Like, ooh, compliments to Joe Biden there. If all things are relative. But I do think you have to have that initial assessment of the situation. Like, is this a story? Is this something that needs to lead in the news or be the third block of an hour-long news story where you talk about it and then you move on? I do think it's important in the context of the last 10 years because we got nothing from the Biden administration and the Corinne Jean-Pierre coming out there, like all she would talk about is how she can't keep up with Joe Biden, which is an absolute lie, an intent to deceive the American people, so much so that it's like, methinks thou dost protest too much. Like, you're taking this too far. I don't think that the Trump administration is going to be able to come and present to the American people that President Trump isn't 79. In fact, one of the greatest compliments towards Donald Trump is how well he keeps up, does his job, and truly does lead in a way that other people have to keep up at the age of 79. Nobody would be talking about it if this were Ron DeSantis in as the president, if it were J.D. Vance in as the president, if it were Marco Rubio as the president. Nobody would be talking about his energy, because you just kind of expect that of somebody. President Trump is the oldest person to ever be inaugurated president. That is part of this story. And he's going to have the health concerns that go along with it, but they sound like they're pretty run-of-the-mill. I'm in my 70s. These things are happening to me. And it doesn't seem, in my estimation, it doesn't seem to have slowed him down one bit. To the extent that the doctors are like, put some stockings on and put your feet up when you have the opportunity to put your feet up. Like suggesting to him, maybe you are doing too much. One of the things the doctor said last night, he's like, yeah, he probably needs to move a little bit more. Golf is great. Don't stop the golf. Maybe a little more walking, a little less cart. That's advice that everybody could get right now. That is so not to the level of dementia, which we watched the president. I was talking to somebody here this past weekend about President Trump's, I was talking to someone this weekend about President Biden's gait and the way he walks and the understanding of Parkinson's, how this person knew somebody who has Parkinson's and goes to visit them intermittently, so you can kind of see the developments. If you're not there every day, like it displays itself in a little bit more each time you go visit this person. But he's like, we're watching this develop right in front of our eyes with their loved ones. And he's like, it's exactly the way President Biden walks. So we have skepticism about President Biden's potential for dementia, for Parkinson's, for a host of other things that people observe. We're not doctors. We're not medical experts. But none of that stuff was ever even broached, which is why I think that yesterday this did become a story, because I'm with you, Ryan. I'm like, I don't know that in a vacuum you could put out a press release and kind of leave it at that. And if you get asked a question, I guess you respond to it but move on. I do think it's important for the Trump administration to not run away from these stories, even when they're little, because it gives power to the purpose of transparency.
Yeah, and I think that they have addressed this issue. The only time that this was a question was when Trump was running against Biden, and it was about a year and a half, where people were trying really hard to say, look, they're both really old. You know, they both are going to have the same issues.
Apples and oranges.
But anybody looking at this from the outside, it was an impossible argument to make, because you could see the difference between these two people clear as day. And so that argument never stuck. They tried it over and over and over. It never really went anywhere. They're going to keep trying it. But unless there's any there, it's not going to go anywhere.
We're going to bump up Ethan's local and sports news segment next, which I wanted to make sure I told you because I hadn't told him that either. So, hey, Ethan.
I'm also learning this.
This just in, because we've got X's and O's in the 2 o'clock hour, so I want to make sure we get Ethan's segment in here. And then, of course, at 1:30 is our Friday Next Question. Ask us anything that you want to know, and we will answer your questions at the bottom of the hour. Next up, let's get Ethan in here for the latest in local news and sports. Don't go away.
Do you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is letting everyone know about great debt relief options now available to help people with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of your credit card debt. Get a free debt relief consultation when you call 800-586-4040. 800-586-4040. 800-586-4040.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm, For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Getting a new roof is serious business, and you want to make sure you're working with someone you can trust. Mark Cox here for Correll Roofing Company. My friend Curtis Correll is a lifetime St. Louisan. He's a local business owner, and he's running crews with over 20 years of experience. When Curtis gets on your roof, you can trust him to be honest with you about whether you need a new roof or not. He will work out all of the details with your insurance company and make sure you're getting the right roof for your home. He tells me he doesn't overcommit. So when other roofing companies do that, quality suffers, customer service can drop off. At Correll Roofing, they pay attention to details. They have quality materials and workmanship, and they use quality roofs that are built to last. That's what you want. They can also help you out with luxury line roofing like metal roofs and architectural shingles. Call 314-222-9529. That's 222-9529, or Correll Roofing Co. on Facebook.
Speeding while driving gives you less time to react. Another car could turn out in front of you. A pedestrian could be walking their dog. Follow the speed limit to keep them safe. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
Annie Fry, Ryan Wiggins, Brad Range. It's the Annie Fry Show.
Now everybody, have you heard? If you're in the game, then the stroke's the word. Don't take no rhythm, don't take no style. Got a thirst for killing, drink your body. Hold up, check it out.
Sports and local.
City News with Ginger Brokaw.
Ginger Brokaw.
Ginger Brokaw. That's funny.
Man, everybody's saying it. Hi, Ethan. Hey. Can he talk like Tom Brokaw? How
I
does
don't know
he
what
talk?
Tom Brokaw sounds like.
Do you know who Tom Brokaw is?
Yes, he's an author, isn't he? And then didn't he do some TV hosting of a news something?
Yeah.
I guess both those things are probably true.
Yeah. I don't think everyone's like Tom Brokaw.
Oh, he's an author.
Author, right?
Well, that's actually where I first heard of him.
Yeah.
Oh, you've just read his work.
No, I know someone that has read his work. I don't read.
I'm only familiar with Bill O'Reilly because I've read his books.
I have read a
know
Bill
that he had
O'Reilly
a TV
book.
show.
Which one do you read?
Killing Lincoln.
Good.
Super good.
Yeah.
He also, I think, did Killing Jesus.
Yeah. There's like maybe 10 killing books. Killing Kennedy, killing the killers, killing whatever the witches one is. He's got a lot of them.
I really enjoy
He's a really
Killing
he's a
Lincoln.
great writer.
Local time. Illinois could pay you $1,000 per month to catch invasive black carp. The Illinois Department of Natural Resources could pay fishers up to $1,000 to catch and remove black carp, an invasive species threatening the Mississippi River Basin and its tributaries.
I'd like to see Ryan try.
Already doing that. Glad
Really?
to be paid for it now.
Oh, so you haven't gotten paid yet, though?
Ryan,
No.
when was the last
Okay.
time you went fishing?
I don't do fishing in the traditional sense.
I don't do fishing.
What do
I
you
don't do fishing.
Define what you do then.
When you get down in the Mississippi banks, you just get in there and you find a hole for these black carp, and then you sort of dangle a finger outside the hole. Well, they think it's a worm, and they come and bite it, and you grab it with your whole arm. You stick your whole arm.
This is
That's
also,
called-
fish.
That's
also
called-
not recommended
That's
to
called
anybody.
noodling, and you do that with catfish.
See, I don't know the name of it.
He doesn't do
You just
It's an
grow-
actual thing.
You just grow up doing it. And I was doing it because it's an invasive species. We
Are we
don't
talking
eat
about
them.
fishing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just recognized that the Mississippi was overflowing with these invasive carp.
You're such a good person.
What?
Thank you.
That was sarcastic. The IDNR is now offering $100 bounties for each black carp that gets caught on the Keep Cool Call program. And I guess apparently the invasive species is imposing a big threat to local ecosystems by feeding on native freshwater mussels and snails, which I guess are now both nearing being endangered species. So, Ryan, look forward to you continuing to help out the community and the ecosystem, and now you get to get paid for
I
it.
thought they were just going to give me $1,000 for doing it. I got to call these stupid numbers.
That's like
That's more government.
Thought I was just they do and sent me the check.
Just I'm out here doing it. Somebody throw me a bucket of cash.
Oh, boy.
Well, Illinois would be the place to go.
Here's our monthly.
I don't think you're the target demo. I think you're just supposed to pay the taxes.
I'm paying more than that.
Here is our monthly Illinois or Chicago news. I'll say Illinois Comptroller Susanna Mendoza said Wednesday she would not be running for a fourth term in 2026 as the state's top fiscal officer, which I guess is opening the door for her to challenge Brandon Johnson in what would be her second bid for Chicago mayor. She said, "I am announcing today that I will not be running for another term as comptroller. It's been my truest honor and privilege to serve you in what has been the hardest and most fulfilling job I've ever had." So now there's talks that she's going to be running for mayor in Chicago.
What was the former mayor's name?
Lori Lightfoot.
You remember when she was crazy?
She was horrifying.
She was a moderate compared to the current
She
guy.
kind of looked like
Chicago just repeatedly saying, "Here, hold my beer."
Gave off the nightmare vibes like Pennywise.
At least she's holding up her end of the bargain. You know, when she ran, she said, "I'm going to do 3, and that's it. 3 for me." She ran on that, and she's keeping her word.
Are you okay?
Ryan's not okay. It's so obviously clear.
You need sugar?
What was her name? Mendoza?
More sugar.
Did you
Sugar
have
water.
you broken the sugar diet?
Well,
Yeah, he just went
Did
to
you break it on-
amusement
I
parks.
assumed you broke it on vacation.
I
but we
broke it
didn't-
on vacation, but
I didn't get
I'm,
an official
I'm
word.
switching to a every weekday, no sugar, no added sugar. Weekends I can eat added sugar as a little treat to myself.
A little, or does that mean just go ham?
Did you drink any water at the amusement parks, or should you be experiencing another kidney stone? Like
I
the
drank
last
water
time?
that was in other things like lemonade and Powerade and ices.
All right. I will not feel sorry for you if you get another kidney stone then.
Well, I guess he found a way to stay hydrated in some sort of way, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
One of St. Louis's most beloved sandwich chains has been placed very high in a USA Today's top 10 poll. Lion's Choice placed number 3 as America's best regional fast food restaurant.
How broad is Lion's Choice? How far do you have to go to get Lion's or like what's
So
the
you can't
region?
get it, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't think you could get it in the UK.
I love that we
So
all
the
look at
pond.
Ryan for the
Yeah.
answers
Yes.
to the restaurant.
well, let me tell you. Actually, I did a lot of food news, so if anybody in the room would know, it would be me.
Known for obviously its roast beef sandwiches, Lion's Choice was the only Missouri-based chain to be named in the national poll. So congratulations to Lion's Choice.
Favorite place to get roast beef?
It might be Lion's Choice. Lion's Choice does an interesting thing with their roast beef. They sit right on the fence between perfect and a little too salty. And they're right there. And if they go over the edge, I'm like, I don't know. But their roast beef, if they hit it right,
Where do you go,
is
Ethan?
perfect.
I don't get roast beef very often, but I do like Lion's Choice. I like the sauce as well that comes
Yeah.
with it too.
Yeah.
Where do you get your roast beef from, Brad?
Lion's Choice.
I'm an Arby's girl.
I went to Arby's
Can
today.
I tell you
so.
a real quick story? It's like the meme is, sir, this is a Wendy's or is this an Arby's?
This is a Wendy's.
Wendy's is the meme.
I think so.
So the meme on the internet is like somebody is unloading their life story, and then the person responds, "Sir, this is a Wendy's."
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
We went to after a game in Town and Country. I'm an Illinois girl. We had to drive all the way to Town and Country for a doubleheader. We're driving back, and we stopped. We wanted to find a place to eat. We couldn't find something alternative. We go to a McDonald's. No knocking on McDonald's, but so we're at the drive-thru, and this drive-thru lady, it was like 10:30 at night. This lady like comes out. She's like, "I gotta tell you, these people these days," and she just starts like giving us the business, not to us, but like telling us. And I'm like, this is the opposite of "Sir, this is a Wendy's." I'm like, we're in the meme, but it's reversed. I didn't know what to do. She was complaining about like kids these days, and somebody sent her video, and it was showing kids acting a fool, and we needed to know about it. We were like,
I had that same thing happen
it was so weird.
Wednesday morning.
I think she was a nice person, but I was like, we're just here for cheeseburgers.
Yeah. We were in a hotel lobby having our continental breakfast. And the lady who cleans up, we gave her $5 when we were done. And she was like, oh, thank you. And then she just started telling us all about Caitlin Clark. And I mean the WNBA and the whole league. And we're like, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah. Nothing, like no negative
No.
thing about her, but it was just like.
She just randomly brought it up?
Do I have something on me that makes
it wasn't
seem
on the
like,
TV.
Yeah.
Nobody said anything about it. She just was like, I need to tell you some things right now that are on my mind.
Thank you for the money, and now I'm going to educate
You
you.
should have been like, Caitlin Clark is trash.
I disagree with everything you said.
Yeah, you want to go? Give me my $5 back. One more, Ethan. Before
Second half of the season starts tonight for the Cardinals out in Arizona, but if you don't want to travel all the way out to the desert to watch some baseball, there might still be some Savannah Banana tickets.
Are there?
Still? The reseller. It would have to be all reseller at this point.
Well, I have tickets, and I will be there, and I was got them in the lottery, but when they got rained out the first time, I thought this throws everything for a loop. A lot of people have tickets. The tickets are not overpriced either. I think I paid $40 a ticket. But I wondered if that would make them available for other people. How do you know how people can check if they're still interested in going?
You can check on Cardinals.com. I know that's where they are initially selling them. If they're not there, then I imagine all the reseller options are still out there. Kind of real quick, cool story. Noah Niznik, one of the most well-known players for the Bananas, is from the area, grew up in the area, went to Southeast Missouri State. So he is one of the pitchers. So I expect for him to be out there tonight. So kind of a cool little connection. I'm sure he'll have a lot of people there. It'll be a fun little
We've been
hometown
looking
reunion.
forward to going to do this for a long time because the postponement was months from when it was originally scheduled because they have to work with the Cardinals schedule for sure. So I'll be there tonight. Maybe I'll see you there. Savannah Bananas this evening. It's going to be a really cool event. I'm looking forward to it. All right, next question next. Your questions for the Annie Fry Show. Throw them in the Annie Fry YouTube live chat there. Pretty soon we're going to have texting. You're going to be able to throw texts our way as well. We'll be right back. Air Comfort Service, online at aircomfortservice.com. I've talked about how the amazing folks at Air Comfort Service, they're experts, they're kind too. That's pretty great, of course. Come to my house and replace essentially our HVAC system. I have a new air conditioner from them a couple years ago, new furnace, water heater. They've done an AeroSeal duct sealing in our house, which makes sure that the air that is moving through the ductwork isn't leaking out in unsealed places. Incredibly helpful for the disbursement of energy that you're paying to heat, paying to cool, to get to where it's supposed to get to. They also do commercial work as well. So if you are an owner-operator of a business, if you're somebody who is an office manager and you know that the AC is not doing its job here while we've had some incredible hot weather this summer, give Air Comfort Service a call. You can trust them to come give you honest feedback, to tell you this is what you're looking at, this is the problem, this is how we can help, and you can trust them. 314-513-0091. Call them at 314-513-0091. AirComfortService.com.
Are you nearing retirement and don't know if you have enough money saved to retire? That is scary. Do you have a written retirement financial plan in place? Well, when it comes to retirement planning, the trusted team at Financial and Tax Architects are the best. They've helped people all over St. Louis retire with confidence. And that's what you want. You want to retire with confidence. Now, they offer a one-night, 2.5-hour adult education class called Retirement Planning 101. They hold these at colleges over the St. Louis area and in Illinois. No cost, no obligation, just learning. And at this class, you learn how to avoid costly mistakes, how to maximize your income, how to reduce taxes in retirement. So call them today, 314-888-5101, or visit fta-ria.com and take the first step toward a smarter retirement. 314-888-5101.
Call now to win free tickets to see Creed August 2nd, 314-241-9797. The 10th caller wins 2 free tickets. 314-241-9797. The YouTube live chat poll today, do you view pleading the fifth as an admission of guilt Yes or no? Let us know what you think about this topic. We'll give the results at the end of the show as usual, 1:32. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Born in the Midwest, built on common sense. 97.1 FM Talk. St. Louis Conservative.
Next question. It's a legitimate question.
Next question.
Next question, please.
Next question on the Annie Fry Show.
Well, let's start with the question of the day. And you tell me what you think about the Annie Fry YouTube live chat poll question. Do you view pleading the fifth as an admission of guilt? Now, what this question is not asking is, if you plead the fifth, are they guilty? Because obviously they're pleading the fifth is not equitable to guilt. It is a mechanism that is part of the Bill of Rights. It's an important one. But when you hear someone pleads the fifth, do you automatically go, oh, they're guilty? What do you think, Ryan?
Man, the vast majority of the time, yes. I'm trying to leave the door open for in some situation where it could happen. You go, well, there was a reason. But gosh, I'm having a tough time finding a situation where if the truth was you didn't do it and you're asked about it, then you could tell the truth and you wouldn't have to plead the fifth. I don't know. It's hard to find some other situation.
Brad?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with Ryan on this one. I know there are certain situations where it's like, okay, if you're testifying in court and your whatever you say can be used as evidence in something else, and you might accidentally say something that you didn't know was illegal or something like that, it's just best to not talk if you don't have to. I get it as a legal strategy, but I still look at it and go,
so yes or no?
You probably do, so yes.
You think you do view it?
Yeah.
I'm going to say no, specifically in the context of what we're seeing right now with the Biden testimony, but also reflecting not so long ago when there were people pulled in from the Donald Trump side of things, that if you don't trust, and I mean, if you're being investigated, I would imagine you'd have a few trust issues, but if you don't think that the system is fair and balanced, then, I mean, if I can plead the fifth and it's not going to hurt me, I'm doing that.
Yeah, now that you say that, that's actually what General Flynn said that the FBI did to him, is they entrapped him, and that the best advice he ever could have taken was just say nothing.
Yes.
So I forget that goes both ways.
Do we want to be talking about pleading the fifth in a non-corrupt justice system? You're darn right we do, but I don't think that we're in that system. So I'm going to say, no, I don't. And I think if you get out there and start spilling your guts, you better have a deal. And I'd be seeking one of those out real fast, because you're going to be able to get a deal. In this instance, if someone's going to spill their guts, they probably already have people who are in negotiations for the Biden stuff. You're going to be able to get yourself a deal because the first person gets the good deal. Maybe other people after that get something. But you're probably also going to write a book, and you're probably also going to make a lot of money for it if you're telling your story and you're the one who's willing to come out. So as much as I think it does on the surface make you look guilty, if you think a little bit more about it, no, the smart legal thing to do is just shut your mouth. I'll tell you this, too, as somebody, I have a conceal and carry license in the state of Illinois, of course, and any legal advisor would tell you, if you are ever in an instance where you are in a position to use lethal force with your weapon, it doesn't matter where you are. The second it happens, you keep your mouth shut. You do not say anything to anybody, because what can be said in an emotional situation right after that, like, you just don't talk, and they'll tell you it's going to make you feel like you look guilty, but you need to keep your mouth shut. Wait until you have a lawyer present to help you. So I'm a no on this, and I have a feeling I might be in the minority. Next question. Ryan, you got one?
What is the worst month of the year?
February.
That was easy.
Ooh, no.
I don't think I would have said February, though.
I don't think I would either.
January, to me, has this kind of post-Christmas lull to it that's just slower paced. And here, honestly, in our region, winter kind of gets to have its flex in January. But come February, I am done with it, and I want springtime. And there's nothing in February that I'm, like, super pumped about. So,
yeah, you make a good argument.
Thank you.
I was going to say either August or January. but February is a good one. The reason
bad one.
The reason August is because going back to school, my
Sucks.
kids, my spouse, they hate it. But at the beginning of the month, you're still off, so it's hard to say that all of August is bad.
Yeah, if you had to repeat August over and over and over again, I think there are other ones you wouldn't.
Yeah, you take it. So, man, I'm gonna say January.
Brad?
I'm saying January. I've gone back and forth between January and March is saved by spring training.
And basketball.
Yeah,
that's true. Forgot about that until it
And
happens.
spring.
It gets there eventually, but it's just like you're just perpetually waiting in March.
Now, that first spring day in March, even if it's a lie, it's nice.
But yeah, it's just the bitter cold of January that gets me.
Next question, Brad.
Let's see here. I don't think I've asked this one yet. What amendment would you add to the Constitution if you could just add it and it would be ratified and you knew it would go in?
I would ban gum.
Ban gum?
Yeah, no more chewing gum. Get rid of it.
Chewing gum.
I mean, I might agree with that as long as you could switch over to haichu entirely.
Is haichu gum?
No, but it was created as a gum substitute.
Do you
in
just chew it
Korea.
over and over?
No, you chew it and then you swallow it like candy. But it was
So it's
created
like a taffy.
It's a taffy. But it was created in Korea to be a substitute for gum.
No, eliminate gum. Make it be gone. Are you Googling what your answer is? That's just cheating.
I would repeal the 19th Amendment.
He just had to Google which
I had to make sure it was the right one.
Yeah, obvious evidence in the case for only men to be able to vote. Slow clap for the dudes.
He drug me down with that one too, Ryan.
Oh no, it's just your whole species.
Maybe I was looking something else
what you
up.
did?
You don't know.
You just said you had to do it. This is why you don't talk immediately after committing a maybe crime, because you were emotional. You were you had your back on your heels, and you panicked, and you're like, "I did it. I did all of it. I don't think women should vote, and I think it's an amendment, but I'm not 100% sure what it is."
I say the right number.
I hate that what you're saying is true, and you know what? I do it again.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, please take away women's rights to vote. Anything else? You good on
I
that?
just do it just for a little bit, just like a. Let's see how this goes.
For fun?
Just for fun.
Brad?
Just to see.
I don't think we need more from him.
I think I would amend the Constitution and not let Ryan vote.
Seems pretty
No,
specific.
Because he's a woman?
maybe a balance. Yeah, maybe a balanced budget amendment. I think would be good if I could just add an amendment.
That's
to
not
it.
fun.
I know it's not fun.
Not a woman. I heard that.
You sound a little overly emotional about me saying that.
Yeah, but I sound like this when I said it. I'm not a woman.
Since when is a deep voice a disqualifier?
Oh, my Lord.
On this
next
show right now.
Question. What's a belief that you used to hold strongly but changed your mind about? Something that used to be kind of like soapboxy about, and then you moved into your 80s, and you're like, I don't know if that's for me anymore, Brian.
Yeah, I'm a woman, and I'm an old woman, is what you're saying.
I used to identify as a man.
I really changed my opinion on gender fluidity. I really, there's a couple things. One of them is I really had to examine my positions on unions because there's a big, big difference between private sector unions and public sector unions. And a lot of times in the conversation about that topic, they get lumped together. And they're very different, and the negotiation is very different, and the purpose of them is different.
Publicly funded unions?
Yes.
Thumbs
Privately
down.
funded. Yeah, and unions, it's not like a blanket statement that all one is great and all the other is terrible or anything like that. I'm just saying there's a big difference between those two things. The other one is foreign policy. I am much, much more isolationist than I used to be, and it is strictly, and it's not because I think I've changed. I think the times have changed. And it used to be that I thought we need to export American values as much as possible because American values are good values. But once I've seen what that looks like and how difficult that is to implement by force, I don't know that that's the best move.
Brad?
I used to be a lot more libertarian, kind of like a you do you and I'll do me, and as long as you don't bother me, I won't bother you. But as I've gotten older, I think that it's more important to use the levers of power of government. I am a big fan of restricting government and lowering its influences down and individual responsibility. But there still needs to be a probably a bigger level of government than what the Libertarian Party advocates for to keep life functional and civilization moving forward. So I've gotten a lot less libertarian.
You guys are both like super political about yours, and mine's not political at all. But mine, the question being, what's a belief you used to hold strongly but changed your mind about? The purpose of competitive youth sports.
What did the purpose used to be for you?
To win.
Oh, okay. Really? I didn't know you were in that category.
Which one? The old one or the new
one?
Well,
the conversations we've had about that topic, I've only known the
The loser?
The losing Annie. The one who loves losing. Get out there and lose,
oh,
kids.
Man. See, here's the thing. When I talk about a belief you used to hold strongly, I still really like to win. There is a culture rot in youth sports that completely, it's kind of like public education, where is public education a valuable thing? Of course it is. Are youth sports an important thing? Of course they are. But the system ends up growing so large outside and around the people who those services are supposed to benefit that they become industries that exist to perpetuate themselves. And I wish we were prioritizing children playing for something other than the name on the back of the jersey. The culture that exists around select sports is not selective. There is always a team that will take your thousands of dollars, and they'll be called like the Collinsville Superstars or something like that. Like that's the level. They'll be the superstars. They'll be the I'm trying to think of ones that aren't real ones, so I'm not calling anybody out specifically. But these teams that are that's one other one. These teams that are supposed to be top tier teams, let's say it's the 5-star team or whatever, the platinum team or whatever. There are levels that go underneath that, and kids get accepted and they play. Yeah. And the way that it's being sold to these families is that if you do not participate in this system, your child will be left behind. And then the grind, now there is an exceptional tier of youth athletes who need to be pushed and challenged in a way that the majority of kids don't need. So I'm not saying that there's no need for this at all, but I'm saying select is, I'll use a Trump word, unselect. It's not selective, and they're willing to take your money, and the worst part about it, and this is where I shifted, they're willing to take childhood away from children for the idea that you're chasing after something that when you do the math and you realize how little money there is in college scholarships for athletes, how little money there is in that, let alone like some sort of pro sports track that you're on, you will not come out ahead investing in chasing that. And the thing that breaks my heart is that there are kids and there are families that are killing themselves over trying to be on the court, trying to be on the field, trying to be in the place, in the gym, training all the time, and they're 9. They're young, and they are not having childhood summers the way they, in my opinion, should be because of this industry that puts pressure on parents to not miss the opportunity for your kid. And it hurts my heart. I am all for super competitive sports and for challenging. I'm for winners and for losers, and you can't have one without the other. But we are crapping away childhoods every summer because of the industry that youth sports has become.
That's true for most kids, but my kid's going to be a pro.
That's exactly what I think. Your kid's good at soccer.
He ain't going to be a pro.
You changed your mind.
I changed my mind pretty quick, didn't I?
Well, and I mean,
there's going to be a backlash. I'm going to predict that you are on the leading edge of this because it is getting a little out of hand. It's to the point now where rec sports almost, I'm not saying they don't exist, but past a certain point, they pretty much don't. You get to a certain age. And so everything is select. And select is very demanding. And you got to pick real early which horse you're going to take, which sport you're going to take. And I'm predicting that there's going to be, maybe not in our generation, but in the next one, a swing away from that.
How many of these children who are in the midst of this right now are going to be like, you know what, I didn't really have summer. Like when the three of us think about what summer and school off meant, I can hear it. in my brain. It sounds like locust. It sounds
Yeah.
like being outside. It feels like chasing lightning bugs and putting them in a jar and playing kick the can. And, we didn't have the internet, so we were outside a lot. But what we got to do, like the boredom that would set in and spawn some sort of creativity. Oh my gosh, boredom. My kids have no idea because they don't ever have to be bored. It's so sad. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get a few more of these questions in here. If you got a question you want to throw our way, please do so in the Annie Fry YouTube live chat. And you can also vote in the poll. Do you view pleading the fifth as an admission of guilt? Yes or no? We'll be right back.
Forget all the hate, do a shimmy shake, put the pedal to
Hey, it's Mark Cox. Join me July 28th at Old Hickory Golf Club for the Missouri Republican PAC's first annual golf tournament benefiting Senator Adam Schnelting. Teams and individual golfers are welcome. Learn more at 971talk.com/events.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-355-8282. That's 800-355-8282. Again, that's 800-355-8282.
Mark Cox here. Join me, Annie Fry, and Mark Reardon, along with Bob and Tammy Kershaw of the Retirement Advisory Group for the next Protecting Your Retirement educational event. It's Tuesday, August 5th at the Frontenac Hilton at 6:30. Here are Bob and Tammy with more.
Are you nearing retirement or already retired? Do you have your personalized income plan in place? Would you like to learn why linking to the market is much safer than owning the market? And how in 39 years we have never lost a penny of our clients' money?
Would you like to learn how to automatically lock in your market gains every year without having to sell? Did you also know if you're 59 and a half or older, you can roll over your company retirement plan tax-free to protect your nest egg from any future losses? You'll get all the answers and more. If you're 59 and a half or older, you cannot afford to miss this event.
Protect your retirement nest egg and join the official financial advisors of my show, Bob and Tammy Kershaw, at the Frontenac Hilton, Tuesday, August 5th at 6:30. Go to retirementkey.com. That's retirementkey.com.
With conviction and clarity, The Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
So we're going through a little next question Friday, Ask Us Anything questions, and I got another one for you here from a listener, Russell. Ryan, you first. Have you ever had a humiliating situation while on the air?
Oh my gosh, yes. We said earlier in the show that I used to.
Today.
Oh, today.
No, anytime.
Oh, today, no. In the past, we mentioned early in the show that I worked at Joy FM. I one time accidentally gave the wrong number during a telethon.
And it was to what?
And it was to an adult call-in line.
Oh, no.
And I only said it once, but I slipped. But I didn't even realize I had said it. You know,
Was
you say
it the
phone-
difference between like 800 and 888 or something like that? Or did you?
Yeah, it was something like that. It was something that you wouldn't even notice that you had said it.
Did you call the number to hear it
No,
yourself?
but somebody called in and said, "Hey." But we say the number 15,000 times.
Yeah.
And they heard me say it wrong the one time that I'd slipped. I changed two numbers, or I did it at 888 instead of 800, something like that. And they called in and said,
Is that why you don't work there anymore?
yeah, no.
You got to mess up way bigger than that here.
Yeah.
Brad?
All of my on-air stuff has been with you guys, and I can't think of anything that's been incredibly humiliating.
You've never messed up, huh?
No, I've messed up, but I can't think of
Maybe
anything.
we should answer this for each other. You guys can answer it for me.
Oh, yeah.
Let me have
what
it.
we'd say.
Let me have it.
Yeah, it's when you said shart.
I thought it was when she was doing the VIP.
That one's good too.
We don't talk about that.
Let's talk about that one more.
No,
we should talk about that one.
That
more.
one never really got talked about. On there.
Were they both in Ruler Foods ads?
No.
No,
The other one was for the Wing Fest.
One was for Midwest Wing Fest. Yeah. And you can be a VIP and go into the VIP tent and show off your VIP-ness.
I said you can feel.
You can feel it. You can feel the VIP-ness.
Stop it!
I just love that both of those that we remember, because there's been other things.
But
both of those
same week.
were in ads in the same week. It wasn't even on the show. You were in an ad. Like, you can't do that. You had to stop. Did you make it through that one?
Yes.
Did you?
Because I am a professional.
You made it through the Ruler Foods one.
That was most impressive.
And now you said shart right at the beginning of it. You basically were like, let's do a Ruler Foods ad. And you turn on your mic, you're like, shart.
That's not exactly what
It
happened.
was pretty close.
I said you can shart.
Yeah.
Which was supposed to be shop
Shopping
smart.
Cart. Shop smart, not shart.
Yeah, I kind of put it on Ruler for making those words so complicated.
Yeah, it's their fault.
Shop smart. Spend less. Ruler Foods. Or, if you want to get it taken care of faster. Oh, man.
Midwest Wing Fest needs to embrace that.
We didn't even tell them we did it. Now we did. They're probably considering coming back and advertising with us, and they might have just made up their mind.
Somebody tell
I don't know if
Midwest
that closed
Wing
the deal
Fest
or
this
ended it.
right now.
I don't have anything to add to that.
Brad had none.
Yeah.
Brad's like, well, I've never done
Y'all
anything.
aspire.
Really?
I'm over here saying shart and
Listen,
VIP-ness.
I talked to you guys. I've told some embarrassing stories about myself, but none of those happened on air.
Also, Ryan, vouch for me. None of the embarrassing stories that Brad has told on the air did we A, know existed before he started telling them, or did we B, pressure him into saying?
No, but I love it when he does
the
it.
whole time it was happening, Ryan and I are like, you don't have to do this.
Every now and then, this probably
part of the
happens with
healing.
each of us, and this probably happens to anybody listening to somebody in your life, that at some point they'll tell a story, and you go, who are you? You've never heard this side of them. You didn't know this thing existed.
Like the other day when Brad said that he would go to the mall when he was a teenager and hit on all the girls.
Not all of them.
Yeah,
That's really
he did,
what you said.
He did say that, but then he said, but I was too fat.
Which
and
is
I never
true.
got any dates. I tell you what, there was one that not too long ago, I'm not going to out the family member, but it was a person in my family, said that they were in the middle of October one year. They were on a road trip, and they had to go to the bathroom so bad that they pulled over on the side of the road near a pumpkin patch and cut open a pumpkin.
Why?
And I was like, what? How have I never heard this story before?
Is that person listening right now?
I have no idea. And if they are, you should not comment, because then everybody will know it's you. And I saved you that trouble.
Last question. What's something
What would you do if you drove by somebody
quiet.
doing that?
Keep driving. What's something you're proud of that most people wouldn't know about?
My collection of Dr. Pepper memorabilia in my basement.
Brad?
Man, I don't know. I got nothing. I don't know that there's something that I'm proud of that everybody.
No humiliating stories, but to balance it out, I'm also not secretly proud of myself.
Driving down the middle lane.
Boring.
Your ability to use pumpkins isn't one thing, is it?
Is it your fourth, Gracie?
Shut up. No, I was going to say my musical ability. I have some musical ability. I'm not going to go pro anytime soon, but I can play a few instruments and sing a little.
Is this you?
Yes.
Speaking of stories you've never heard before. Wow.
This is Whitney, right? Yeah, I sing just like her. No, I don't. Sometimes in the shower, though, it might feel like I do. All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, X's and O's with my friends, Matt and Blair Hayes from Home Shield Foundation Repairs. Don't go away.
The heat's really been extreme last week or so. I have a wife that's going through change of life, and she woke me up at 3 a.m. and said there's something wrong with the air conditioner. I checked the thermostat, and it's set at 66, and it is saying 66. Like we set it every single night. I said, okay, how do you feel? She said, okay, well, as long as it's 66. And then within 2 minutes, All the covers are back on her, and she says she is freezing. I said, honey, the air conditioner isn't broke. Your thermostat is broke. So if you're living that way, my advice is this. I'm not the brightest bulb in the box, but here's what I do. I keep my laughter inside. It is real what they're feeling. You don't need to call me. You can say you called me, but you don't need to call me. Save your money. This is Bart Inman. One easy number in Missouri and Illinois, 314-293-2600. God bless.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon for Generator Supercenter of St. Louis. And you know, your home is your sanctuary. You need to take the first step to peace of mind with a free estimate on a Generac home standby generator from the #1 Generac generator dealer in the country, Generator Supercenter. We learned the hard way here in St. Louis during the tornado recently that power can be knocked out. But even outside of that, what if the power grid fails and it's 100 degrees here in St. Louis? You don't want to be that person. Get with Generator Supercenter of St. Louis today. Generator Supercenter of St. Louis.com. Tell them that we sent you along. Hey, it's Mark Reardon with news for listeners who, like me, want to learn more about Bitcoin. Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club is coming to St. Louis later this summer. The Bitcoin Ben Crypto Clubs teach members what Bitcoin is, how to buy it, how to safely store it, and how to avoid scams. And we'll connect with others like us who want to learn more about crypto. St. Louis will be the 7th club nationwide and Ben's hometown. If you want to know more about Bitcoin, you need to know Bitcoin Ben. Learn more at bitcoinben.io. That's bitcoinben.io.
My microphone is on, bro.
Oh, sorry.
The Dittamore Group. Oh, man, it's a good thing they're nice people. What are you talking about?
Mine wasn't on.
Mine was on. That's what this red light is for. TheDittamoreGroup.com. If you're looking to buy or sell real estate here in the Missouri, the bi-state region, Illinois, of course, the Dittamore Group, they are the very best, and they are there to guide you and make you feel very confident and comfortable in the process of listing your home and making sure that your home is prepared exactly for top dollar. They're going to be honest with you, and I think that's such kind of an under-respected trait that comes with a realtor. You've got somebody who you know, somebody who's friends. They're going to have to be able to be your friend and tell you the honest truth, like, you need to fix this up, or don't waste your money on fixing that. We can sell your house for top dollar. It's not going to be an effect one way or the other. The investment's not there to renovate something within the home. The Dittamore Group will guide you. They will make you feel comfortable. They're so fun. You will not regret this phone call. 618-531-4652, thedittamoregroup.com.
KFTK FM Florissant from the Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's Injury Lawyers Studio. Call 314-500-5000.
That's 314-500-5000.
All on the free Odyssey app.
Alert, at least 3 people were killed by an accidental explosion at a Los Angeles Sheriff's Department training facility. Fox's Jonathan Hunt with an update from Los Angeles.
An explosion happened at just around 7:30 a.m. local time. That's 10:30 this morning, the East Coast time, at this L.A. Sheriff's facility that is east of downtown Los Angeles. Now, it appears some sort of ordnance was being transported. Now, obviously, that ordnance was live. It exploded and it killed 3 sheriff's deputies who we believe were involved in the transportation of it.
The FBI sending agents to the scene of the explosion. A bill taking back $9 billion in already approved federal spending on foreign aid and public broadcasting has been passed. So is a cryptocurrency bill.
In a bipartisan vote last night, the House passed this bill called the Genius Act. It regulates a type of cryptocurrency called stablecoins. The House also passed 2 other crypto regulations bill. Those will head to the Senate for consideration. The president has another bill to sign from Congress. This one rescinds $9 billion in federal funding to public media and foreign aid. After the House vote, the president wrote, quote, House approves $9 billion cuts package, including atrocious NPR and public broadcasting, where billions of dollars a year were wasted. Republicans have tried doing this for 40 years and failed, but no more. This is big.
That's Fox's Rich Edson reporting. The Education Department will release some previously withheld grant money for after-school programs days after 10 Republicans sent a letter imploring the Office of Management and Budget to allow the funds to be sent to the states. President Trump's administration withheld more than $6 billion in federal grants for after-school and summer programs, along with adult literacy and English language instruction, as part of a review to ensure spending aligned with White House priorities. America's listening to Fox News.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/today. Ethos.com/today.
You hear that? That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZzzQuil Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZzzQuil Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Weather.
Changeable skies with a couple of showers and thunder showers around 85 should do it for the high. Clouds, couple of showers, thunder showers tonight, 75. Saturday, building heat and humidity, partly sunny, nothing more than a spot thunderstorm, 92. A pure summertime weather pattern Sunday and Monday, 95 and near 100. Tuesday and Wednesday. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
You're listening to the Annie Fry Show live, sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. If you need a new air conditioner installed this summer, call a company you can trust to install your AC properly. That will get your home cool and comfortable fast. For a free estimate on a new air conditioner, visit aircomfortservice.com.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
Left up, left right, gotta love this American ride.
Like, you need to take some time to get the full picture. Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart. Goodness sake, kid, keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio. I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show.
Well, this is the Friday version of the Annie Fry Show. And how exciting is it? This room right now is a pretty fun room to be in. We've got Home Shield Foundation Repair in with us, a great partner of our show. If you have concrete leveling that you need to have done, we've got the right people in the room to help you with that. Matt and Blair Hayes in here. Thank you guys for being in here. It's great to have you. So, and then also, in addition to Matt and Blair, we have a celebrity appearance by Mark Cox. Mark Cox, everybody.
It is very bright in the studio at this hour, I've determined.
Well,
much brighter than when I'm normally in here, Annie. It's not just your lovely aura.
We turn these lights on for this show.
I see.
This doesn't
That's
last
good.
very long. So before we get to Matt and Blair, Mark, you've been a partner with Home Shield Foundation Repair for some time. And I wanted to give you the opportunity to just welcome you, to the studio, but also talk about working with them.
Oh, it's been great. Matt's so easy to work with. I get texts from him all the time showing me examples of work that he's done. Makes my job easier because I don't have to visualize it. I can just see what the job that he's doing with these different situations. I've had a house with a leaky basement, so I know what a hassle that is to try to figure out what's going on. Mine was hydrostatic pressure, but hearing him describe being able to walk in there and diagnose it is awesome.
I'm glad you brought that up. Hydrostatic pressure. Ryan, could you explain that to us real quick here?
So it's the kind of pressure that because there's water involved, there's hydro. That's where your hydro. And then there's electricity. It's which you get your static.
And it's really nerve-wracking. There's a lot of pressure involved.
When those two things meet, basically it makes what we would just call it in the business lightning.
You're 100% right.
Matt,
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt, for encouraging him. Yeah,
No.
That's good.
Don't encourage him.
I want to see where this goes.
We all do.
We're already done.
That's part of the.
You saw where it went.
Yeah, part of the allure. So, Matt, I want to give you the opportunity to talk a little bit about Home Shield Foundation Repair. One thing that I'm always encouraging people to understand, welcoming you guys out to a job site or what you would call maybe your sidewalk or your garage. You've got uneven concrete. And I think a lot of people are really spooked about, oh my gosh, this is going to cost an arm and a leg to pull all this concrete out and re-level it. You've got a solution that's much more cost effective than that.
Yeah, so thanks for the opportunity, Annie. Appreciate it. So basically with polyjacking, well, let me back up. Home Shield Foundation Repair, what are we, right? We're a foundation repair company, but we do also do polyjacking and a few other things. So if you got bowing or leaning walls, we take care of that. If you have that weird hydrostatic pressure with the lightning in the basement, we can fix that too. We do sump pump replacement, all sorts of stuff to make sure that your basement is solid and dry. But outside, you have some concrete that's unlevel. Maybe it's a trip hazard. Maybe it's a driveway, sidewalk. It could even be a commercial space. So what we do is we drill really small holes and we inject polyurethane. And under pressure, this specific chemical will have enough pressure to raise the concrete. So a lot of times we're close to a third or half the cost of replacing that, and definitely a quarter of the time able to do it.
Well, if you want to learn more about what they do, homeshieldfoundationrepairs.com is the website. I want you to go study that for your own particular needs, residential and commercial alike. But I also, before we get to X's and O's with your lovely wife, Blair, who is here, I want to give you an opportunity to talk about a heart issue that you guys have with Muscular Dystrophy Association. You guys are really wanting to champion this cause, and I want people to know what Home Shield Foundation Repair's relationship with it is.
Yeah, so it's a relationship with my family, the Hayes family. So my brother Jordan was born with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, which ultimately took his life about 10 years ago. And we started the Jordan Hayes Foundation to raise money to support the kids of the St. Louis area that are affected by this disease. That could be going to camp. They have this really awesome camp that they put on every year where kids get to be themselves, and they have really cool technology they bring to the picture, and then research, right? Trying to end this disease, and it is extraordinarily difficult to do it. They have said they've been on the cusp of a cure for many, many years, but we continue to raise money, and we've actually exceeded $1 million as of last year. All those funds have been given to the Muscular Dystrophy Association of our area, right? So this isn't a national thing. It is a worldwide problem, but all the money that we raise stays here locally for the families affected with it.
Well, I want to encourage you to keep on doing that. It's an important cause, and I'm grateful that you have had the platform to be able to help with that research, help with the fundraising. It's a worthy cause. All right, now we get to the fight of the afternoon, the Matt versus Blair, X's and O's. Blair, you are more familiar with X's and O's than Matt.
Yes, I am.
I'm going to ask the lady, do you want to be X's and O's, and do you want to go first, or does Matt get to go first?
Oh, I'm going first. Come on.
Matt's going first?
Sure.
X's or O's, you can pick which one you want to be.
I will do O's.
Okay.
Oh, she knew me too well.
Matt is X's, and I'll turn it over to Ryan now, where he's been diligently working on this week's X's and O's game. You want to tell us how we're going to play?
Yep. So you have a tic-tac-toe board up here in the studio, numbered 1 through 9. Each square has a corresponding question. You will simply pick a square and then pick an expert, which this week, special guest Mark Cox is here.
It's exciting.
Mark Cox and Annie Fry
He's
are
probably
your
going to kick my
experts.
butt on this, I'm pretty sure.
And part of the reason Brad can't help you be an expert is because he helped me write these questions since I was not here for the whole week, so I don't know everything you guys talked about. So
You don't know everything?
I don't know everything you guys talked about.
Now,
I know all the subjects and all about all the subjects.
Remind me here, Ryan, though, because it seems like I played X's and O's one time, and even though I won, I lost. How does that happen?
He's got a story.
Because
I'm not
didn't
sure
we
that you
have
could
3
win and lose.
X's in a row, and then somebody came back, and because you fill all the squares in, somebody still got extra points.
I'm so glad you brought that
If I
up.
remember that correctly.
So you can get a tic-tac-toe and still lose.
I
Is that
thought
what happened
so.
to you?
I think that's what happened to me.
Okay, so you can
I'm
get a
just warning you,
tic-tac-toe.
Matt
So that we
and
fill
Blair,
out
that
the whole
can
board.
happen. All
Yeah,
right.
so if you get a tic-tac-toe, we don't stop. We keep playing.
Got it.
Because technically you could have 3 tic-tac-toes in a game or more if you do different combinations. And so whoever has the most tic-tac-toes will win. If it's a tie, then it goes to whoever has the most squares.
Okay.
So we just keep playing. And apparently Matt's going to go first.
All right.
So Matt, which square do you want to start with?
Pick a number.
Oh,
and we'll
4.
Start
4.
there.
Number 4. And who will be your expert?
I'm going to go with Mark.
Okay. Mark, great question for you. Apparently,
Every good question starts with the word apparently.
Facebook knows men. Because on Thursday, Ethan mentioned that the algorithm suggested he be friends with a newly popular WNBA player. And Brad and I would highly suggest he befriend her if he wasn't married. Who is this Fever player that was discussed on the show that could be Ethan's friend on Facebook soon.
Huh. And she's single, and she plays for the Indiana Fever.
I don't know
Is that
her
what I'm being
marital
told
status.
here?
I think she's single. Yeah. Read that question one more time.
On Thursday, Ethan mentioned that the algorithm suggested he be friends with a newly popular WNBA player. Who is this Fever player?
Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark.
Agree or disagree, Matt?
I disagree. There's no way he knows the answer to that question. It is too specific.
Ryan?
It was very specific to the show because that was Brad helped me with that one.
Key words
I was
in
not
there
part
were
of that.
Newly popular.
Newly popular. Because Caitlin Clark's been popular. Newly popular. No, the answer is Sophie Cunningham.
He gets it right.
That's right.
So
Matt got it
go
right.
ahead and put an X in square 4
Thank you for not trusting me, Matt. I
Do you know who
appreciate
Sophie
that.
Cunningham is, Mark?
I do know who
Okay.
Sophie Cunningham
Well, so there you go.
She's from St. Louis, isn't she?
She's
from here?
Missouri. She played in
From
Mizzou.
Mizzou. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She's the enforcer. That's why we're trying. We want Sophie Cunningham to come on Ethan's podcast, his sports podcast. We think he's got a shot.
Oh, really?
He didn't click the add friend button. I did on his phone.
She's the one. She's
wait.
the one who tackled
Yes.
the girl that time.
Yes.
right?
So they are friends now on Facebook?
I don't think this. So we'll get an update.
She has to approve it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But we're hoping for the best. Blair, you want to pick a square?
I'm going to go with number 6.
Okay.
Number 6. And who's answering this question for you?
We'll go with Annie.
All right. I can do this.
Annie, you have stumbled into AI. That means this is a real clip from the week, but I've run it through AI so it won't sound like the person talking. Tell me who said this.
There was supposed to be an Epstein joke here, but I guess it got deleted. Most of probably deleted itself, right? Probably never existed, actually.
Shane Gillis at the ESPYs.
I am going to agree. She was pretty confident.
Yeah, it's Shane Gillis.
Yeah,
Blair
I knew
says
the answer to
yes.
that too.
Yeah.
And Matt says yes.
Yeah.
Here's who said it.
There was supposed to be an Epstein joke here, but as it got deleted. Must have probably deleted itself, right? Probably never existed, actually.
He goes, we should just move on as a country.
Yeah, we should just move on as a country.
All right, put an O in square 6. Matt, you get to pick next. We can get you.
That marker's about had it, I
You
think.
can pick one of
All right.
these.
I'm going with 7.
Those are Ethan's
Okay.
special markers.
I'm feeling
that I
good
bought
about 7.
Number 7. And who's answering?
I'm going to go with Annie.
him. Okay.
I don't blame you.
Annie, this is an audio whoopee. Ken Langone, or Langoni, I don't know how to pronounce it.
That's helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Has been doing media this week saying Trump has saved the economy, and it's basically a miracle what Trump's been able to do.
Look, let me tell you right now, I am sold on Trump. In fact, I'll say this. I think he's got a good shot at going down in history as one of our best presidents ever.
He did not actually vote for Trump, though. He's the CEO of what
Home
major
Depot.
company?
We didn't play that sound either.
He's the CEO of what major company?
Home Depot.
Oh.
I hope.
That's correct.
Yeah?
That is correct. That is correct.
I remember suggesting that we could use that sound, but we never did it.
I knew the answer to that one.
That was a good one. Yeah. All right.
Do you know him? How do you pronounce his last name?
No idea. I just knew that he was a CEO
Do you know,
of Home
Mark?
Depot.
I don't know. I think it's Langone. I did play the bite, but I don't.
What do you do? What does a professional like Mark Cox do when you stumble across that name and you're not 100% sure?
You say it with confidence.
And just move on.
Move right on.
That's right. Yeah.
That's a pro.
That's right.
That's,
Sounds like a
that's
good
what they say to
idea.
do. Otherwise, you just draw attention to the fact that everybody knows that you don't know.
You can go, Ken Langone.
Or something.
Just keep going.
Blair, you want to pick a square?
I will pick number 3.
Okay.
And I will go with Mark.
Mark.
All
Mark.
right. Thank you, Blair, for your confidence.
You're welcome.
Ready for some redemption?
Yes, sir.
On Wednesday's installment of Ethan's Region. Hey, I didn't name that one.
That's the name of Ethan's local and sports news segment.
Okay. All
Just
right.
to be
Ethan
specific.
reported on a bipartisan partnership between 2 of Missouri's federal legislators, teaming up to create a beer for the Brew Democracy Cup. Name both of these legislators representing Missouri in Congress. This is a Brad question.
This is a Brad question.
Let's read it one more time.
Yeah. Bipartisan partnership between two of Missouri's federal legislators. So these aren't Missouri Congress people. These are people representing Missouri in Washington, D.C. Bipartisan. So it's Missouri, Democrat, Republican, teaming up to create a beer for the Brew Democracy Cup.
Wesley Bell and Eric Schmidt.
Really throwing me off. You were confident there.
Oh, come on. It's not that hard.
I'll agree.
That is correct.
Schmittenbells.
All right.
Both of you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Both
Thank
of
you.
you.
Did you know that or did you guess that?
I did know that.
You did?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought when you asked him to repeat the question, I'm
Uh-huh.
like, are you giving Mark extra time to just come up with two creative names? I thought that's what was going on.
Really? No.
I thought the
Sounds
same
like-
thing.
We
Does
had
it-
that story on
Yeah.
one day this week, if I remember correctly.
We had it because Ethan brought it. We hadn't heard about it
okay.
since then. All right. Well, this is very interesting. We've got 4 squares covered. We've got O's threatening with a tic-tac-toe, and we have X's threatening with a tic-tac-toe. So every good game show suggests that we should now go to a break, and we'll be right back. Mark Cox in studio with us as a co-expert in X's and O's with Home Shield Foundation Repair. Come back and listen to see who wins, Matt or Blair. They're going to fist fight here in a second. You should check it out on the YouTube channel. We'll be right back. Don't go ahead.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire America's largest injury law firm for your case? There's lots of reasons. Just like there's a reason millions of people called us last year in their time of need. When it comes to fighting for justice and compensation, millions of people across the country trust us to go to battle for them. We became the largest injury law firm in the world for a reason. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Guys, it's time to take charge of your health with my friends at Victory Men's Health. Mark Cox here. I already love what they do at Victory. They do hormone optimization, sexual health, weight loss, even vitamin deficiencies. Now they're offering specialty cardiovascular testing and even early detection cancer screening. Visit them at one of their 4 great locations, now in Sunset Hills, Town and Country, O'Fallon, Missouri, and O'Fallon, Illinois. Tell them Mark Cox sent you. Go to victorymenshealth.com.
You want to retire soon, but everyone keeps telling you to wait until you're 65. After all, that's the age that you qualify for Medicare and you're close to full retirement age. I'm Marvin Mitchell, president of Compass Retirement Solutions. In my new book, Retire Early, The 9 Critical Decisions When Retiring Before 65, I discuss proper planning to help make early retirement possible. When to take Social Security, what to do with your 401k, health care, how to maximize retirement income, and much more. Get a complimentary copy of Retire Early by calling 1-800-743-8510. That's 1-800-743-8510. Can you retire early? Call 1-800-743-8510 for your copy of Retire Early, the 9 critical decisions when retiring before 65.
Investments and services offered through Compass Retirement Group, a registered investment advisory in Missouri and Illinois. Compass Retirement Solutions is not affiliated with the U.S. government or any governmental agency.
Viking, dedicated to creating travel experiences for the thinking person, with programs designed for cultural enrichment on board and on shore. Discover more at Viking.com. That's Viking.com. Viking.com.
Live, local, and conservative. It's the Annie Fry Show. 97.1 FM Talk.
Waiting for the time to pass.
Well, the tension is mounting here in the studio. It's an all-offense tic-tac-toe X's and O's games with Home Shield Foundation Repair in studio with us. You can go to homeshieldfoundationrepairs.com and learn about what they can do for you. Matt and Blair in here with us to face each other. And we've got a special expert in studio with us. Mark Cox is here. It's great to have you. Is this like nap time for you normally?
At least I'm expert at something. No, I got home and got that knocked out early, so I've already had my nap. When you get up at 3 in the morning, at least several days a week, I have to catch up on the Z's.
I can only imagine.
Mm-hmm.
I want to mention, too, before we jump back into it, because we have an X's tic-tac-toe threatening and an O's tic-tac-toe threatening here on the board. So we got to get to that here in just a second. But I do want to mention the 16th annual Jordan Hayes Foundation Classic, which is a golf tournament, golf scramble. If you want to participate in this for the Muscular Dystrophy Association, you said all dollars raised go
All
straight.
money.
Nobody else is making money.
No, nobody makes money other than what we need to pay, like the course and the all that
Yeah.
stuff, the food and stuff.
So if you were interested in participating, the date is August 18th, and they do have some spots available. I would love for y'all to get a team together and come join this great cause. You can call 314-227-9636, 314-227-9636. All right. I think whose turn is it? It's Matt's turn, right?
Back to Matt.
It's back to me. It's my turn.
Okay.
Let's go.
They'll take it.
Well, you got an interesting board here because you could play full offense and go for the tic-tac-toe here, or you could play defense and go for the block, but then she's going to have to block you, so it really could go either way. It doesn't matter.
Which square?
I'm scared. Let's go with 1.
Number 1, going for offense. I
Okay.
like it. All right, who's answering for you, Mark or Annie?
Mark.
All right.
Mark, this is the other audio whoopee. Whoopee. On Tuesday, Annie was joined by Dana Perino. The subject was the Supreme Court ruling, which allowed Trump to lay off 1,400 Department of Education employees. And she said this.
We can be grateful that we have a conservative Supreme Court. That was the first. Many people might not like, but whatever. To me, I'm like, look at what he did. And he stuck to his guns and he said, no, we are not going to put through Merrick Garland. Can you imagine if he was a Supreme Court justice?
Question is, of course, whose name was removed from that clip?
The turtle. Mitch McConnell.
A turtle.
The turtle.
He looks like a turtle. I'm sorry.
The 5th Ninja Turtle.
You only have to be sorry if people don't like turtles.
That's
Mitch
true.
McConnell.
I like turtles.
That's true.
I-
I would
I
say
love
it's Mitch
turtles.
McConnell. That's who I think she was referring to.
All right. Agree or disagree?
Oh, 100% agree.
100% agree.
We can be grateful that we have a conservative Supreme Court. That was the first. Many people might not like Mitch McConnell, but whatever. To me, I'm like, look at what he
Whatever.
did. And he stuck to his guns and he said, no, we are not going to put
All
through
right.
Merrick Garland. Can you imagine if he was a Supreme Court justice?
No, I can't. Thank you, Dana.
You're welcome.
That would be awful.
So
All right. We got a tic-tac-toe.
we do.
Matt has a tic-tac-toe.
An X's tic-tac-toe.
Tic-tac-toe. A winner. A winner.
Not quite.
That's not even
Not in
AI.
this game.
That's a real
No,
clip.
that's real. Man, when she said that, I'm like, yes. Thank you. It's my favorite thing Nancy Pelosi has ever done.
Me too.
It's the only thing she's ever done that I like.
Me too. I love some of her stock trading, but
Yeah.
That's for her, not for you.
that's not for me.
Blair, you want to pick a square?
All right. Well, I'm definitely going to go for square 9.
Gosh, this is exciting.
Yeah.
All right. You need this.
For another tic-tac-toe.
Who's answering for you?
Annie.
Okay?
Okay, Annie.
Yes. She's
We've
okay.
been giving away Creed tickets all week.
Oh, no.
The Creed show being near the Missouri-Arkansas line outside of Branson August 2nd. The key all week has been to listen for us to play Creed's Higher, which goes like this, Brad.
Can you take me higher?
Is it?
That was Brad, not Scott Stapp.
This and Korn on the same show.
You
It's
made
really
me
unbelievable.
sing Creed. I hate you.
Can you take me higher? What is the next line? I've given you options here. A, to a place with golden streets. To appease our golden streams.
No.
To
Shame on you.
To a place where old men dream.
The first one, A.
To a place with golden streets?
Yeah.
Agree or disagree?
I'm going to agree.
If you
That's unhappy.
if you don't get this one, it's gonna really hurt your chances.
I know.
But you did. You got it. You both got it.
What was the middle one? Because that's the one I'm going to sing from now on.
To appease our golden streams.
Anyway.
Now he does say two different lines there. He says to
And
a
what was
place
the
with
third
golden
one?
street.
To a place where old
To
men
a place
pee?
where old men dream.
Oh, dream. Okay.
Is that in the song?
No.
Okay.
But the line to a place where blind men see is also in the song.
Okay.
But that wasn't one of the options.
All right. This is good.
This is good.
Oh, my
We
gosh.
got two tic-tac-toes. What do you say about that, Nancy?
Tic-tac-toe. A winner. a winner.
I hate listening to her voice.
You didn't like it just a couple minutes ago?
It's like nails on a tic-tac-toe board.
It is awful. There's not much I hate worse in life than
All
listening
right.
to her voice.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Okay, it's Matt's turn. And now it's just right down the, so you got an X right down the left side and O's all the way down the right side.
I've never seen anything like
down
this
the
before.
middle is completely empty. What happens next?
2.
Who's answering?
Mark.
Mark, you have stumbled into AI.
Right.
This possible presidential candidate had this to say when asked about trans surgeries for 8-year-olds.
The trans issue for me is also novel. It's over the last few years, I'm trying to understand as much as anyone else the whole pronoun thing. Trying to understand all of that. That was like all that stuff. I get it. All that stuff started to collapse on
That
us.
sounds even stupider. That's not there. There's no complete sentence there.
And that was the best I could find out of the answer, which was long.
Yes.
Who said that?
Gavin Newsom.
Matt.
I was thinking somebody different, but I think he's right.
Are you sure?
Oh.
What are you doing here to me now?
Yeah, what are you doing?
The trans issue for me is also
Yep.
novel. It's
All right.
It's over the last few years.
Okay.
I'm trying to understand as much as anyone else. Whole pronoun
See,
thing.
This Wiggy
Trying
guy,
to understand all
he'll
of
try
that.
to trick you by putting a
Well,
female
that was
AI
like
voice on
the
it. You
hell,
got to
and
watch it.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
I get it.
All right,
all this
shut
stuff
up,
started
Gavin.
to collapse on
Enough.
us.
Stop talking.
There was nothing in
So many
anything he
words
said.
for no purpose whatsoever.
Such a hard question, too. What do you think about trans surgeries for 8-year-olds?
All right, Blair. Yeah, it's the hard one to answer. Anyway.
Blair,
I will pick the middle, 5.
number 5. Who's answering?
We'll go with Annie again.
Ah, what a shame. This is a great question for a morning show host.
Oh, man. I'm sorry I missed this.
All right,
looking
Annie.
good for me.
So long farewell to not just Stephen Colbert, but the entire Late Show, formerly hosted by David Letterman. This time, the host won't be replaced. The whole show will be removed from CBS's lineup. Which of these late-night shows also no longer exists?
Oh, no.
A, The Tonight Show, B, Late Night, or C, The Late Late Show?
The Tonight Show is with Jimmy Fallon. That's still that's a thing. Take that off the board. What was the second one?
Late Night.
Isn't that with that little angry guy? Seth Meyers?
If I could tell you, I would, but I
Late
can't.
Night was the Late Late Show. Was that with James Corden?
I believe so.
Because he's not doing his show anymore. That's my guess. But this is a guess. This is a roll of the dice. I'm picking C.
C, which would be The Late Late Show, is no longer on the air, according to Annie.
Ish.
So
Blair, do
I
you
don't
agree?
watch late night shows.
Nobody
but
does.
That
That's
was
the problem.
That was my guess.
Yeah.
Was C. So I'm gonna agree.
Blair, I hope I'm right.
I know.
Matt says no. I don't know if he's happy or sad. He looks pretty happy.
Rationalized perfectly.
Hey!
Because
I thought
Late
that
Night
was still on.
Late Night is Seth Meyers
Is
still
it
on,
little man?
and Late Late Show was James Corbin up until 2023.
Corden.
You say Corbin?
Corbin.
Yeah, you don't watch it either. That's why he's not on anymore.
Corbin Burnson.
He would do Broadway shows and crosswalks in Hollywood, and it was the funniest thing in the world. He did like The Greatest Showman with Hugh Jackman in New York City, like right outside Broadway, but he kept calling him Huge Jackman. And he was like, "You keep calling me Huge. My name is Hugh." He's like, "Okay, Huge." Yeah, go find it on YouTube. It's funny. All right, this is for everything, right?
Yep.
2 tic-tac-toes, 1 X's, 1 O's, 4 X's on the board, 4 O's on the board. It all comes down to you, Matt.
Let's do it. Number 8. Here we
Okay.
go.
Are we both available?
Everybody's on the
You
board.
can pick Mark or me.
Okay.
Totally up to you. No pressure.
I'm going with Annie.
All right.
Ooh, okay.
It seems
For
like
the whole
all
game.
of Mark's questions have been about very specific things that
Right.
happen on my show.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a rough call.
All right. The All-Star Game was removed from Georgia in 2021 because of their strict voter laws, which the MLB said was racist. The All-Star Game returned to Georgia this year after Georgia made their voter laws even stricter, resulting in higher minority and overall turnout. Who won the All-Star Game this year?
National League in a home run off in extras.
That is correct.
Well, that was a little too easy to end the game.
Yeah, no kidding.
Blair, well fought.
Wow.
You guys have to come back. That was close. I didn't know that until Ethan did the sports report on the show because I did not watch it.
See, a lot of people don't watch it, and if you aren't paying attention,
I wouldn't have known.
You wouldn't have known.
Yeah. Did you watch the All-Star Game, Mark? Is that your...
Oh, heck no.
Did you know who won?
I did because we reported on the home run off or whatever you call it.
Yeah, it was a unique ending.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for coming in.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Thanks for having us.
Blair, next time we'll work out something ahead of time so we'll sabotage Matt. You did a good job.
What I think is awesome is neither one of you guys got a single question wrong.
Well, okay.
I did.
You did?
You corrected me.
Oh, that's
right.
Remember, I did. I failed.
Oh, wait, so I didn't.
Sophie Cunningham.
I didn't get it.
You
wrong.
didn't get a single one wrong.
I got it.
I think that was the point he was
Was
trying to make.
that a way of pointing that out?
If you have concrete that you need leveled at your home or at your place of business, the very best in the business here, family-owned and operated folks at Home Shield Foundation Repair, give them the opportunity to earn your business. You'll be glad you did. And if you're interested in participating in that August 18th, 16th annual Jordan Hayes Foundation Classic Golf Tournament, just give them a call at 314-227-9636. Mark Cox, thanks for coming in the afternoon.
You bet.
We'll have you back
happy
soon.
to be here. I'll go home and take another nap now.
All right, we'll wake you up a little bit later. Let's take a quick break. Big story, big, huge story that's hitting the internet. You ever been to a Coldplay concert? We'll talk about it next.
Won't admit what I already know. I've never been the best at letting go. I don't want
College football summer is no time to slouch because we are taking you to school on the Cover 3 podcast, part of the CBS Sports Podcast Network. It's time for our annual summer school series as we take time to break down some of your favorite teams with experts and insiders who know these depth charts from top to bottom. But summer school is just extra credit as we go through positional drafts, player rankings, and more. Follow and listen to the Cover 3 podcast on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You had a solid retirement dream. Sell your home in a few years, bank the equity, downsize, and travel. But with an unpredictable economy and the future feeling a bit uncertain, you're wondering if that equity will still be there when you're ready. What if you could bank that equity right now? With Truehold, you can sell your home for its current value so you can access your equity today. You can bank the cash now and stay in the home you love with an easy standard lease. Truehold even covers property taxes, insurance, and repairs. And since Truehold hands over your equity in cash now, it's yours to do whatever you'd like. Don't let a shifting economy put your hard-earned equity at risk. Visit Truehold.com and receive their competitive offer on your home in just 48 hours based on its current value, not what's coming. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
The poll today, we talked about it a little bit earlier. Do you view pleading the
Did we
fifth?
talk about it like that? Is that how that went?
Do you view pleading the fifth? You know what I should do?
Plead the fifth. Fair enough.
As an admission of guilt, yes or no? YouTube live chat poll. Let us know what you think. We'll give you results in about 20 minutes. This right now is 2:35. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Well, now that you've had the opportunity to meet Matt and Blair from Home Shield Foundation Repair, I think you'll understand why when I'm talking to you about the kind of people they are, they're our kind of people. They are fun. They are, very level-headed, no pun intended. You're going to enjoy working with them, and the job that they do is going to be second to none. Home Shield Foundation Repair can help level out the uneven, unsteady, dangerous, safety hazard, uneven concrete that you have at your house. If it's in your garage, he was telling me a story one time about how there was a crack in the garage floor and then it shifted, water came in and the whole thing imploded. Like, holy crap, that's a really big deal. If only they would have called Home Shield Foundation Repair ahead of time to level that out. That's a huge amount of hazard that you could avoid down the line. If you have a concrete lifting job in your future and you want to have the experts come out and assess the situation so you can make a smart decision on what to do next, that smart decision starts with calling Home Shield Foundation Repair. 314-227-9636. 314-227-9636. HomeshieldFoundationRepairs.com.
Real talk, today's issues. 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
So, Ryan, you've been hopping from amusement park to amusement park. So I don't know if this story has crossed your attention. We've got Mark Cox hanging out with us for the rest of the hour. Excited he's got a little extra time to spend with us.
Thank you.
Just got done playing X's and O's. Maybe the most exciting X's and O's games we've had. That's a good one.
Anytime it ends with the last square decides it, it's always a good game. But that was a really unique board.
It usually doesn't have the last square deciding it while they both have parallel tic-tac-toes.
Yeah, two people getting a tic-tac-toe in the same game and still having to tie break is a pretty good game.
So the story that is all the rage on social media right now, it starts at a Coldplay concert. Do you know about this, Ryan? Have you seen this?
Oh, yeah.
So, Mark, you said you guys talked about it a little bit on your show today, but I'll just kind of lay out the basics for you if you haven't heard this yet or haven't seen it on social media. There is a Coldplay concert. I don't know where the concert was happening off the top of my head. Maryland. And apparently during a Coldplay concert, they will put the camera on different couples who are throughout the crowd and highlight them. It's essentially a kiss cam. I'm more familiar with kiss cams at like baseball games, but apparently Coldplay is also this is also something they employ during their concerts. And it goes to this couple who's standing, the man is standing behind with his arms wrapped around this woman, and she's leaning back against. They're obviously very much so enjoying the concert. And they're on this gigantic Jumbotron screen at the concert for a second and a half. And then she turns around and buries her head in her hands. And he slowly slinks down out. He looked like he's a tall guy.
He is.
Unless she was super short.
He ducked.
But I mean,
he ducked like somebody was shooting at him.
You could still see the top of his head.
Yeah.
Just kind of moving along the bottom. Well, and then, is it Chris Martin? Am I saying that?
It's Tommy Coldplay is his name, actually.
Is it?
That's how they got the name of the band.
Mark, did you hear Ryan sing Korn?
Oh, I'm sorry. How did I miss that?
I don't know how anybody did. But he slinks out of the camera, and they're still on the Jumbotron, and the lead singer of Coldplay goes, well, they're either having an affair or they're really shy.
Oh, no.
Oh, I didn't know he said that.
He did say that in the concert.
Into the microphone. So then the internet gets a hold of this, and I've seen a lot of influencers say, like, if they would have just stood there and like smiled, nobody would have it never would have become a story, because it has to be videoed by somebody who's at the concert, and then something has to happen for it to make its way to the internet, and then the internet does its thing. And what happened was they found out that he is the CEO of a company called, I think, Astronomer. Is that right?
Astronomer.
And she is the head of HR, or as her title says, Chief People Officer.
That's to get around.
She's a people pleaser, apparently.
That's why Mark stayed. And so now it's this huge thing. People found out that they're both married. Here's my number one question for you, because people were posting the comments on the wife of the CEO. They were going to her Facebook page and being like, you're going to want to see this. You need to take him for every dollar he's worth, and blah, blah, blah. The report is that the woman, the CPO, the Chief People Officer, she's married too. Why is nobody talking about her husband?
That's a good question.
I wondered that same thing. I've seen much less about her and her spouse than I have him and his spouse. But the one reason is because his wife immediately went to all of her social media and removed her last name.
His last name. His last name now
is just gone. Right?
What is your opinion on something like that happening? First of all, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. If you're having an affair and you're going to a concert and being in your relationship at that concert while you have somebody married at home, shame on you. But in addition to that, the internet coming in and swooping in, where it's kind of like a cancel culture on a super personal level.
Yeah.
Is it good that the internet is rallying behind this probably soon to be ex-wife of the CEO and like saying that? But I mean, like, the deluge of that, waking up to that would just be horrible.
The internet wins this. Right, because immediately the guy,
if anybody wins.
Did you read? The company put out a statement supposedly on Twitter, except it was doctored. It wasn't. This isn't the real statement, and it goes.
I can't wait for this.
It goes something like this: statement from our CEO Andy Byron. Let me start by apologizing to my family, my wife, and our wonderful employees. My behavior is inexcusable, and the shame I am receiving is well deserved. I tried to hide my actions, but the truth has finally been revealed. I am a Coldplay fan.
I did see someone say that is the widest possible way to get caught cheating.
But the real apology started similar to that. But then this guy has the audacity to put the blame back on Coldplay for violating his privacy.
No, you're in a public place, buddy.
Jerk.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What a jerk. You're in a concert venue, like you said, with 30,000 people, and you think you
Big
deserve
concert.
privacy? You gave that up when you walked through the door and bought the ticket.
I will say this. I just went and saw Dude Perfect last week at the Family Arena. And I only know Dude Perfect.
That's a thing?
Oh, yeah. It's a big, big thing.
Apparently not.
It was sold out. That whole arena
I
was
have family that
jam-packed.
went with their kids.
Great show.
I heard that
really
they
good.
closed with a Christian message.
Yeah, it's not like they do a gospel presentation, but they do not hide that they are Christians and they are doing this because Jesus called them to it.
All right, good.
You didn't go with your mistress, did you?
Well, here's the problem.
Wait, what? No, the answer is no. I did not.
I was standing up near one of the boxes, just kind of hugging on this lady.
As one does.
Like you do. That's my point.
No.
Anyway, my point is that I noted in that room that there were signs everywhere that said, you basically gave up your privacy when you walked in here. You may be on camera. You may be video recorded. You may be on the Jumbotron. Those signs were everywhere. So there is no way that these people could blame Coldplay or the arena or wherever they're at for invasion of privacy. That stuff is legally airtight.
Is there any sympathy for these two individuals who were at the concert?
I mean, you have a little bit of a groan, but no sympathy. They got caught doing something they shouldn't do. Plain and simple.
The internet wins again. Here's the next one.
Oh, here we go. This is what me and Mark do in the morning when I come in.
This is the two of them.
Check this
two
out.
of them hugging right before they got that horrific look on their face that they've been busted. The chances of your marriages and careers being destroyed at a Coldplay concert are extremely low, but never zero.
Oh man, I do think about if this may be the worst moment of their lives.
Oh, no doubt.
But
they're famous forever now for being adulterers.
We've got the video.
Stupid.
We've got the video up here. Like I showed when I was scrolling through my X here on our YouTube live stream. ESPN Sports Center opened up their segment with one of the broadcasters with his arms around the other one. And they
Oh my God!
I mean, it's a meme now, and it will forever be. But there are families that are being wrecked here. The other thing that I would add, though, we don't know 100% of the other people who are in these relationships. We don't know what their lifestyle is. I just think, and there are children who are involved. So it breaks my heart that this is unfolding the way it is for those kids. Like there are kids who this is their dad. And it would be very, very, very difficult.
Because it's so public.
Like, that's your dad? Your dad's that guy? Your dad's the Coldplay guy?
I mean, they were already in a bad situation, right? It's not as if this relationship just suddenly started. These two people were having an affair. But now everybody knows it. That's the difference.
Yeah.
You know what breaks my heart? I just bought astronomer stock like the day before.
Oh, no.
It's in the crapper now.
It's in the crapper now. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the birthday letter that, air quotes, Donald Trump wrote to, air quotes, Jeffrey Epstein, and we'll get Mark Cox's thoughts about that as well. Join us on the Annie Fry YouTube live chat. We're also going to get the results to this question. Do you view pleading the fifth as an admission of guilt? Yes or no? We'll be right back. Stewart's Stuart's American Mortgage. He's the bagel loan guy. The bagel loan is called the bagel loan because a bagel looks like a zero. And when you use the bagel loan for a new mortgage on a new home purchase, you are going to get $0 in closing costs when you come to that closing, and that's the money that you have to pay to go through this process. Not with the bagel loan, not with Stewie at Stuart's American Mortgage. In addition to that, if you are interested in refinancing the current mortgage that you have, maybe you just want a lower rate because when you had to go get your house last time, the rates were super high. Maybe they've come down since then. You can refinance, and it doesn't cost you anything to secure that lower rate. If you want to take some cash out of your home, equities have gone up in your home. Maybe you need to take it out for paying down some debt, maybe making an improvement to your house, whatever it is. Once you qualify for that bagel loan with Stewie, you're going to be able to get that new mortgage without having to pay any closing costs. Reach out to him directly at 314-324-4440. That's 314-324-4440. Google the bagel loan, NMLS number 226715.
Mark Reardon isn't here to echo talking points. He challenges them. Smart, fast, and always original. The Mark Reardon Show. Weekdays at 3 on 97.1 FM Talk. St. Louis Conservative.
Injured in a rideshare accident? Whether you're driving or riding, Kaufman Townsley knows how to handle these tough cases. We fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Kaufman Townsley. Real people. Real results. Call 314-500-5000.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
Renewal by Andersen is the #1 window and door brand for customer service. Schedule your free inspection today. Just dial pound 250 on your phone and say the keyword windows. That's pound 250 keyword windows, or head to rbastl.com.
Now, back to the Annie Fry Show. Real talk for real people. 97.1 FM Talk.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. We've got Mark Cox hanging out with us for the rest of the hour after playing X's and O's with Home Shield Foundation repair. The news came out from the Wall Street Journal. How do you feel about the Wall Street Journal today, Mark?
I don't know. I mean,
are you a subscriber?
Oh no. And I would never pay them to get behind that paywall. I've certainly had access at one point. For somebody else had a password that I borrowed, and because when you want to get to a certain article, that's frustrating.
Sure,
but I would never pay for the New York Times or any of them. It drives me crazy when I get to a site that advertises something that's behind a paywall. So the answer is no. I'm disappointed but not surprised that they've gone down that path.
So they are reporting the story that President Trump, would it have been like the mid-2000s?
2004 or so, before the first time they tried to indict Epstein.
The idea here is that President Trump sent a birthday note to Epstein. And I can't believe that I feel like I'm missing something here. Is the note that because they're not publishing the note. They don't have it.
Right.
They're not sharing they don't have the document to share. But they're saying that President Trump wrote a script of President Trump talking with then just Donald Trump talking with Jeffrey Epstein? It's a conversation back and forth?
I thought I heard the script that he had actually sketched a picture of a woman, a
naked
nude woman or something onto it. And as part of Trump's denial, he's like, first of all, I don't do that. I don't draw pictures of people. So I wouldn't have done it then either.
More beautiful picture than that.
Yeah, thank you. If I did, it'd be beautiful. It'd be huge.
Here's a picture of Kate Winslet I drew.
Draw me like one of your French girls, Don. I mean, but even the words that are being used, and this is what President Trump said. He's like, I don't talk like this. I don't use these words. And is there any doubt in your mind whatsoever that this letter existed for all of this time? And now in July of 2025, they're like, oh, here it is.
Yeah,
we
guess
got
what
the
we
smoking
found?
gun.
Yeah. Uh-huh. No, I don't.
Not a chance.
I think it's I don't believe it, although I can't 100% say it's not there. We know Donald Trump had a relationship with Epstein at some point. They were business people. They both had homes in Palm Beach. There is a manifest showing Donald Trump flew on his plane one time from New York to Palm Beach with his family and back with his previous wife, previous to Melania. But there's never been any indication he went to the island or that their relationship extended beyond that they were in the same social
I think the Wall Street Journal article says in the bottom paragraph, Mark, you've always had the fifth paragraph rule, where you got to go to paragraph 5 to get to some facts that might be related to the story. But if I believe I read on this article that it's like there is no evidence whatsoever that ties Donald Trump to any sort of illegal, deplorable activities whatsoever.
If there
it's
was,
in that
would
article.
it have not come out already? Don't you? As much as they've pursued this guy and tried to beat him up.
Yeah. Ryan, when you draw naked women, who do you send it to?
Katie.
That'd be your wife.
That'd be a really good option.
And it just says you.
Hey, pretty lady.
And it's one of our pre-dating rituals. We draw each other in the nude.
I don't want to see him.
Neither one of us are great artists.
What's going to happen when that one gets back to Mrs. Wiggins?
I think that one's going to need a lot of context.
Yes.
I don't think that one's going to make it easily.
I've never seen so many in my X feed, so many stick figures with boobs. than
Yeah,
I
it
do
has
right
been
now.
funny.
It's just a bunch of people. It's like a stick figure, like one swiggle across the top of the head of curly hair, some big boobs, and then it just says DJT.
Yeah.
Here you go. I was.
I found this in my
hanging
attic.
with Epstein. Yeah. You think there's anything to that?
I don't know. It's really hard to. I can't find the text from what they say they found. I'm seeing what you guys have seen. Something that looks like a script, which already seemed confusing to me. Like that you'd write yourself as a character with the other person talking.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like Trump, but
Sounds like something you'd
Looks
do.
like
It does sound like
nothing,
something I would do.
looks like a nothing burger. They claimed it was going to be some blockbuster or something. But
You think Trump is mishandling the Epstein thing this week?
I think it's been mishandled. However, and I suggested this to Eric Burleson, the congressman I had on this morning, what if, because he does play chess sometimes, he decided he was going to act like he's not going to release this just to get Congress to demand and all the Democrats that he do release it so that when it gets released, he can say everybody wanted it released.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that that's it. But he did say he'll let them release what they can. He's called for them to do that now.
I just assume that everything is corrupt. Like every document that they have at the Justice Department, the hands that it's passed through, I don't know how you trust anything. I think that's the main problem.
I think you make a good point.
Yeah, it seems like the big argument is that you'd have to start over. It's not as if you just say, well, there's no list. The argument is, well, then you have to start from scratch, recreate all these things. I mean, do what he's doing, which is releasing the grand jury testimony and stuff like that. But
Maybe we'll get an
Yeah, he
Ed
didn't
Martin
collect
special
any of it.
counsel.
Oh, there you go.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Because he could do that. They can't stop Ed Martin from being a special counsel.
They can't stop Ed Martin.
That's true.
I think that would be quite interesting. The YouTube live chat poll for today, do you view pleading the fifth as an admission of guilt, yes or no? Mark, one of the things that has just slow trickle of people coming onto Capitol Hill, being asked questions about Joe Biden, what'd you know, when'd you know it, plead the fifth, plead the fifth, plead the fifth. I said earlier in the show that everything, again, is so corrupt that if I were being investigated by any of these people, I wouldn't give them one word of testimony if I could plead the fifth and keep myself from saying anything that they could obviously... They make stuff up to use it against you, if you put anything else out there. So I try to be resolute in the Fifth Amendment being an important part of our rights as citizens. When you hear
used it.
when you hear it, are you like, oh, they're guilty?
Well, I think it's because we all know Joe Biden was suffering from dementia, and you'd be blind not to have seen it. So the answers sound more stupid than they would otherwise.
So it's not
when you
really the
plead
fifth. It's everything else.
It's everything. I think that's the answer.
I can't argue with that.
I don't just plead the fifth, I plead all the amendments.
But except the 19th.
Get rid of that one.
Mark, earlier when Brad asked in our Ask Us Anything, what amendment would you put in place? And Ryan said he would just repeal the 19th Amendment.
Oh, yeah?
That's bold, isn't it?
That is
on this
bold.
show?
Yeah,
Just a little confident, I might add.
It's a Friday. Hey!
It's your last
Forget about it
Friday.
by Monday.
Oh, man. Do you view pleading the fifth as an admission of guilt? We ask you a poll question every day, and today, 71% of y'all said, yes, you do, which is, I don't know if that's terribly shocking. Mark Cox, thanks for being in with us. Come back.
Hey, lots of fun, guys. Thank you.
We appreciate you very much. Brad, Ryan, thank you. Welcome back, Ryan. Ethan, thanks for all your help today. Keep it right here on 97.1 FM Talk. The Mark Reardon Show coming up next.
Mark Cox here. Join me, Annie Fry, and Mark Reardon, along with Bob and Tammy Kershaw of the Retirement Advisory Group for the next Protecting Your Retirement educational event. It's Tuesday, August 5th at the Frontenac Hilton at 6:30. Here are Bob and Tammy with more.
Are you nearing retirement or already retired? Do you have your personalized income plan in place? Would you like to learn why linking to the market is much safer than owning the market? And how in 39 years we have never lost a penny of our clients' money?
Would you like to learn how to automatically lock in your market gains every year without having to sell? Did you also know if you're 59 and a half or older, you can roll over your company retirement plan tax-free to protect your nest egg from any future losses? You'll get all the answers and more. If you're 59 and a half or older, you cannot afford to miss this event.
Protect your retirement nest egg and join the official financial advisors of my show, Bob and Tammy Kershaw, at the Frontenac Hilton, Tuesday, August 5th at 6:30. Go to retirementkey.com. That's retirementkey.com.
Imagine this, a summer evening, relaxing under a beautiful porch overhang, hosting your friends on a composite deck, or enjoying a bug-free breeze in a screened room. That sounds dreamy, right? Hi, it's Kim, and that dream can be your reality with Lakeside Renovation and Design because they specialize in creating outdoor spaces that make your backyard the go-to spot for family and friends. And with their attention to detail and the high-quality materials they use, you'll have a space that lasts for years. Visit lakesideRD.com today to get started on your outdoor oasis.
Big news for gun owners. Mark Cox here for the Range St. Louis West. You know, the big, beautiful bill eliminates the $200 tax stamp on suppressors next January, but the Range is celebrating right now. They're holding a sweepstakes for a new suppressor at the Range. The Range will give you a $300 credit toward the new suppressor, and they'll pay for the tax stamp. Suppressors protect your hearing, and they improve your accuracy. Sign up to win at therangestl.com/971 before August 15th. Mark Cox in studio with Gloria Liu, broker owner of Your Home Sold.